Well, the Spurs return to action tonight. They're in Los Angeles to take on the Lakers in an NBA Cup Quarterfinals matchup. Victor Wembanyama was ruled out by the Spurs. He will not be making his return tonight. San Antonio's 8-3 without him since his calf strain. Tip-off from L.A. is set for 9 o'clock. It will be televised on Prime Video. Dallas Cowboys back on the practice field today, getting ready for the Minnesota Vikings Sunday night. CeeDee Lamb going through practice, but still going through concussion protocol.
SportsCenter brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one out there. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and we're so happy to have you all along on this beautiful day in San Antonio.
Hey, what a gorgeous day, too.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And I'm glad that it's Wednesday hump day. In fact, I was got a phone call this morning, was talking to Renee over at Flight by Yingling, and that's how we started the conversation. What day is it, man? You know, because yesterday I thought it was Wednesday, and he just wanted me to know that today is actually Wednesday.
Hump day!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is hump day. And it's getaway day for us, Minix.
It is.
That's pretty exciting, although I'm not really excited about the alarm going off in the middle of the night tonight or tomorrow or whatever it is. But happy to be going up to Army-Navy in Baltimore this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
In 24 hours from right now, we're going to be in Baltimore. It will be 87,000 degrees colder than it is right here in San Antonio. But we'll be inside, thank goodness. And then getting, I mean, look, I am ready to get up there. Annie Agar will be on the show tomorrow.
How about that?
RG3 on Friday.
Okay.
Working
Nice.
on some other confirmations.
Yeah, look, it's always a fun trip. There will always be good guests. Was it Tom Pernetti?
Tim Pernetti?
Yeah, Tim Pernetti.
Yeah.
Hopefully he will be
The commish?
from the American Conference. Love to talk to him. So much to talk to him just about the conference and, of course, UTSA. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, it's just a very patriotic and kind of a celebration of America, if you will. I mean, it really is.
In so many ways, one of the greatest weekends. I think this will be 16,
Oh, wow.
17 trips for me. With this radio station, and when USA took over the partnership in 2008 was the first one. Now, we didn't go to the COVID year one, but also when I was in the Navy, we were in the shipyard in Philadelphia, and I was fortunate enough to go to one while I was in the service. So, and it's just incredible. Of all the trips that we take, and we're very, very fortunate between Super Bowls, and Super Bowls that's a whole different category. Cowboys training camp, there's nothing better than Army-Navy. And watching it grow into what it has grown into since USAA took over the title sponsorship. And I'm curious to see what adjustments are made. Like when they first took it over, they said, well, we got to move it a week. What do you mean? Well, Army-Navy game is being played on Championship Saturday.
Yeah.
It's kind of lost in the shuffle.
Uh-huh.
Let's move it to a standalone week, which is cool. They do that now. Well, now you've got there are a couple other bowl games on, although, granted, Army-Navy takes precedent. But if there's more expansion of the playoffs, when would that happen? On this weekend of Army-Navy. Like if they go to 16 teams and they add another week of playoffs, then the playoffs could be starting this week.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, how close did Navy come to getting into the playoffs? It came very close to getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So could that ever happen? And you'd have to move this game around or do something else with it. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see.
And I know there's been some talk, and I forget who it was last year, that was it Joel Klatt? Saying that they need to kick off the season with this game.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a lot warmer, too.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. But just even like the Fan Fest that they're going to have this weekend in the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Jimmy Eat World in concert tomorrow night. I know you're pumped.
I am, yes.
I
of
mean, I
course.
saw you driving into the radio station today, blasting
You hear
some
the car
Jimmy Eat World.
banging?
Absolutely.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's not what Jimmy Eat World is.
Well, close.
No, not even. But again, just seeing everything that it's turned into, it's going to be a lot of fun. Seeing Antonio Moreno on our YouTube said he went in 2007 when he was stationed in Virginia, which is cool. So I'm guessing, drove up from Virginia to Philadelphia when they used to play it at the old Vet. I remember going there in the early 90s, which, of course, the old Vet on Broad Street in Philadelphia, which led to the Naval Shipyard there in Philadelphia. So you used to walk by the Vet leaving the base.
That's kind of cool. The Vet was a dump, though.
The Vet was a dump. It was a dump. And there was and it was strange because, again, you got to remember early 90s Philadelphia and technology being what it was from 91 to 93. Now, granted, I was stationed in New Jersey. We did a lot in Philadelphia, but did spend 4 months in the shipyards, and they had us apartments over off of 13th Street. And there was a park leading up to the Navy base. As a sailor, you weren't allowed in that park, and you couldn't walk down that side of the street. There were some of those kind of rules. And then there was a cheesesteak place over near the Walt Whitman Bridge where this dude was making cheesesteaks. His T-shirt didn't cover his belly, and he always had his cigarette going, and the ash was always like it's about to fall in your.
Sure it was. The ashes just add something to it.
Absolutely. That place doesn't exist anymore.
I'm looking forward. This will be my fourth Army-Navy game, and every one is just exciting. You get excited when you walk up in the stadium. You see all the military folks out there with they kind of showing off the equipment that they have and the stuff, and it's always a lot of fun.
And we'll get into this over the next couple of days. And there's always the protocols of when the president is going to be in attendance.
Now, he's going to be there, right?
Well, I don't know that. But looking at some of the protocols that they've already sent, it sure looks like the president could be there. Now, he was at last year's game as president-elect. And I'll tell you a story because you're going to be thinking about this for the next couple of days. And Rob Thompson will certainly remember this. Last time it was in Baltimore, which was 8 years ago maybe. The way the press box is set up in Baltimore is the area where we're watching the game is like over here, and then in the middle is where all the TV broadcast booths are.
Gotcha.
And then on the other side is where the food and the bathrooms are. So President Trump 8 years ago was at the game, and he was doing his halftime interview on CBS television. And armed guards kept us trapped inside the room, and all we needed to do was pee and get some food. And I thought one Rob Thompson was going to lose his mind because, dude, can't you just have that guy with the machine gun standing outside the booth? We're not going to see him, but the crab cakes are over yonder, and they stop serving at the end of halftime.
More importantly,
we got to pee.
Yeah, the restroom.
Yeah,
because Rob and I are in the same wavelength when it comes to that. So,
well, and it's interesting because one year in Washington D.C., when President Obama was president. We were at that game, and a guy named Paul Berry was in charge of the PR at the time.
Uh-huh.
And we were in the stairwell, and when General Robles was running USA and going through, and the Secret Service guys were like, dude, you guys can't walk through here. And like, well, I mean, it's the CEO of USAA. And he's like, I don't give a damn, because here came President Obama, who then, shook hands and said hello to General Robles, and but that guy, we was not messing around.
No, they don't mess around.
We could not move.
They don't mess around.
Security when the president is there is pretty intense. But so
they get their rubber gloves out.
No, it's not that intense.
Not that bad.
Not that intense.
All right, just checking.
I'll tell you though. I mean, the dogs. I know we had a producer at the time named Johnny who was very concerned about the dogs, but they were looking for bombs. So Johnny had nothing to worry about.
Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
Understood.
Exactly. So with about 3 minutes to go in the half, go to the bathroom on the other side so you don't get trapped. just in case.
I will do that. Yes, absolutely. I'll stake my route before.
Your route, it's a hallway. It's one hallway.
Well, I'm just saying.
If he's there and they do the same protocols as last time we were in Baltimore, which was just dumb.
Well, it sounds like a vet move. Then we need about 5 minutes before the half, go over to where the food is.
Yep.
And just stay there. If you get trapped over there, you're fine.
Exactly, because we got to eat.
Right.
Or use the facilities.
Exactly, or both.
Speaking of eating, Pledge, we still have to come up with consequences for you, because that was one of the things that I was talking about with Renee. He was like, are we doing this party? Is Pledge really gonna do this 72-ounce steak challenge? All right, well, there's going to be plenty of Flight by Yingling to wash it down, just so you know. But he wanted to know what was the consequence. And I was like, I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We got to come up with something good.
Well, so obviously we're going to go back to our YouTube page. You need to sound off in there, get us a consequence, something serious too. I mean, I know
serious.
A lot of you guys are funny, and they'll do stuff that we're not going to do.
Oh yeah,
Pledge is not going to shave his head, so that's not going to happen. But we need something fun.
Shave an eyebrow. Now, Pledge did say he wanted to dye his hair blonde, but see, he might show up that way. You never know with Pledger, but there needs to be some sort of consequence. I'm kind of liking every day for a week wearing the gear of a sports team that he hates. Every day of the week, an entire week. It's got to be more than just one day, because you would have to wear Cowboys for a day, T-shirt and hats. Got to be very visible.
I got a great Vince Young jersey he could wear that is the old Houston Oiler colors. But which belongs to the Tennessee Titans, so that would be good.
See, he might be okay wearing a VY throwback.
You think?
Because he would just call it Oilers, So it's got to be something that truly says Titans.
But VY was a Titan. He wasn't an Oiler.
But is it a Titans jersey or is it a throwback Oiler jersey?
Well, it's a throwback Oiler jersey.
Exactly. He would appreciate that, and he's a Longhorn legend. You got to wear some Aggie stuff. So we need a couple other teams. You could get some Milwaukee Bucks stuff from Edwin. Or not Bucks, Brewers.
Brewers? Yeah. That would be awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
And I don't want to look at you in Mavericks gear, so we won't go there.
Bubba Rivas on YouTube says dye his hair blue. I kind of like that. Blue hair dye. And you couldn't wear a beanie, though, because you'd have to go open. No covering of the hair.
Yeah.
No. Couldn't wear a beanie, Pledge.
Yeah. Eagle fan says he's got some gear that he could donate. Look, whatever you need when you're out of Dude Wipes, man, I don't care what you use, but I wouldn't want to see you in that either. And remember, Eagle fan, he's a Texan fan. So
maybe you'd have to wear some Jags stuff.
Jags,
Colts, maybe. I don't know. We got to think about this, and we can. So we'll see what happens. But that's happening not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Antonio Moreno says, get a Cowboys tattoo. A little permanent.
Oh, Sam, that's just torture,
make
buddy.
Him wear a Kawhi jersey.
That's just torture. That and the Philadelphia Eagle jersey, that would just be, that would be cruel and unusual punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll think of something, though, and it'll be fun. And I have a feeling we're probably going to live stream that thing. So
yeah, are we going to do that on your Facebook page or the stations? You live streaming your eating?
I think the stations.
The stations?
Or both.
Well,
or maybe I'll do it on mine, too, and yours, too.
I was going to say, do you have access to the stations? I don't. No, Pledge does.
Pledge,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But I can do, like, my personal one. You can do yours.
Mm-hmm.
We can put it on Instagram. We'll put it all over the place.
Yeah, we'll have it out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the house. You'll have an hour, 72-ounce steak, and all the fixings, the potato. You look excited, Pledge. What was it, a salad and a roll and something else?
Shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
We'll do something else.
It's going to be fun. No doubt about it. It is going to be fun. I don't know about you two guys, and maybe I'm making too much out of this. I don't know. Victor Wembanyama out tonight, and it's kind of conflicting after that. Our good friend Jeff McDonald with the San Antonio Express News is going to join us at 5:15 because he's been sending out some tweets and some things about Wemby and when he might return. But my question is, should we be worried? I'm just saying, I want to know what you guys think, whether you're on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page or whether you're out and about in this beautiful day here in San Antonio. 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can get Minix at Jason Minix on Twitter. You can get me at Joe Reinigle 210. However you want to respond, we would appreciate that. Are you worried about Wemby? That's what we're talking about when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let's talk about Stevens Roofing first, though. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and, well, they're just absolutely the best in the business. And I know that because they've been in business since 1983. 1983, think about that for a minute. You don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right and you don't have an impeccable reputation. Stevens Roofing certainly does that. Now they've added solar to their name. They're doing solar panels. You've been thinking about solar panels for your house. Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name you need to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. Let them know what it is you want to do, and everybody can get together. You put a plan in place, and they will get that done for you, and you'll have the solar panels that you've been wanting for so long. If you think you got a problem with your roof, well, you want to get that taken care of. You certainly don't want it to get worse. So call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They'll send a crew out to inspect your roof. They'll do it for free. They'll let you know if there's any issues that you need to be made aware of or be concerned about, and they'll let you know how they can take care of those issues. Stevens Roofing and Solar, they are the absolute best in the business. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I can add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today, and when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word ALAMO, there's free play in there, so go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO and get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it 'tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks, and you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
The following is a dramatization. Law Firm. How can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Thursday on the Morning Huddle. That means we've got NFL tonight, Week 15 kicking off, Rob, but the Spurs also in action.
Did they clear the Emirates Cup hurdle? Are they headed toward Vegas? And football keeps coming. Get here early. We got a lot to talk about. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I don't know if I'm reading too much into this or not. Not sure, but it kind of concerns me a little bit. I know I said the other day that I'd keep Wemby out until he's fully healthy. However, I really fully expected the dude back tonight. But apparently the Spurs don't feel like he's ready. He has already been ruled out for tonight's big semifinal Emirates Cup game against the L.A. Lakers.
Yeah. You know, I'm not as worried as you are, Joe. How are you guys out there listening feeling about the health status? Because we're all armchair doctors. We all think we know better. Comment on our YouTube page. Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, or let's talk about it. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. To me, this isn't one of those black helicopter deals. It's a calf strain. They're being overly cautious. I mentioned the other day, at what point does Wemby say, dude, I got to get out there because I want to qualify for postseason awards and more money? Could it be the Spurs saying, no, let's hold it out a little bit more? Maybe you don't realize how much money's at stake if you don't get to a certain number of games.
Well, that's a conspiracy theory that I've seen all over the place, is that the Spurs are keeping him out because they don't want to pay him all the money that he would be due otherwise. And look, I just don't believe that is anywhere close to the truth.
Me neither.
I honestly do not. And so, look, this is their franchise guy. This is their guy that is obviously the unicorn, the whatever else you want to, the 54 or whatever. How many nicknames does Wemby have?
Alien.
I don't know, about alien, whatever
Alien.
the hell he is.
There's just, and Wemby. There's two.
All I'm saying is
Area 51.
I want to make sure that he's healthy and that he's ready.
Yeah.
But this seems to be, at least to me, and I'm not a doctor, a long time for a calf strain.
Yeah. I mean, the quote from Mitch Johnson that Tom Orsburn from the Express News has when he met with reporters today, it's more of an outside narrative in terms of which game would somehow affect a player's progression or timeline. He's doing great. He's getting very, very close. He has added doing 5-on-5. The other day in New Orleans, the indication was he was only doing 2-on-2. So if he is working on 5-on-5 drills, then you would say that he's close. Not ready tonight? Would he be ready for the next game? Do you want to bring him back against Oklahoma City, or do you want to bring him back against a different kind of opponent? Because he's probably going to be a little bit rusty. The idea that Michael C. Wright from ESPN had a tweet, and I'm paraphrasing, it would be a circus to bring him back tonight with it being a fancy cup game and in L.A.
Well, that makes no sense at all. A circus, who cares? He's in the NBA.
Is extra media. I don't know. I don't know. To me, I thought, well, that's a really dumb reason to keep him out if actually that is true. It's going to be a circus regardless. Anything in L.A. is obviously a brighter spotlight. And that I do get. The Spurs being in Los Angeles is a brighter spotlight with more of the national media that is just there. To me, if you're ready, let's go play. When's the next game? And, it's like what we were talking about yesterday with the doctor in our injury update. What are you looking for? And obviously the docs are looking for certain things. But it feels like it's got to be close. And by next week, if he doesn't play this weekend, by next week I would think that he's back and it's in the rear view. Because we've seen him on the court the last 2 games doing stuff. It's not like they're hiding something else that could be wrong. But maybe this injury was a little bit more severe than we thought it was initially.
Well, let's just look at what he's missed. Tonight will be his 12th game missed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so out of 82, that's down to 70. I don't know how many games he's played in already. I'd have to do the math. But, I mean, you can kind of figure out how many more he's got to go before he's not eligible for Defensive Player of the Year, for whatever a postseason award there is, and if that affects his salary moving forward. But again, the Spurs have always been cautious, and they've always waited a little bit longer. So I don't know what's going on, but I have 12 games. What has it been, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Well,
yeah, I mean, seriously, for a calf strain, I don't know what the average is. I know Steph Castle had the same injury, and he's back. So I don't know. So I was thinking about it today. I'm thinking, well, man, this doesn't seem right. It seems a little worrisome. And then I saw all the tinfoil hat Spurs people out, talking about the Spurs are doing this on purpose. And so started to think, it's like, wow, well, okay, this is weird. I don't think the Spurs are doing this on purpose. Let me make that perfectly clear. But is this a little more serious than we were led to believe?
Well, and again, what we don't, to my knowledge, and Jeff McDonald will join us at about 5:15, I haven't heard what grade of a calf strain he's in. But according to AI, the average time missed for an NBA player with a calf strain during the regular season is approximately 16 days.
Okay.
Grade 1, mild, 7 to 10 days of recovery time. Grade 2, moderate, 3 to 6 weeks, or around 15 missed games. Grade 3, severe, several weeks to a few months of recovery, sometimes requiring up to 6 months and potential surgery.
Okay.
So based on Dr. Minix here with my AI overview, he's got a grade 2, and he seems to be right in line with that 3 to 6 week recovery period.
Okay.
According to AI.
All right, well.
The average, 16 days. We're beyond that. So you would say, just based on what Google is telling me, it's moderate. 3 to 6 weeks, about 15 missed games. He's coming up on 12. So according to the Googles, he's got 3 more games before you should worry.
Well, no, I worry because the guy is 7'11" or whatever the hell he is today. Because he seems to grow every day, and those kind of guys have had a history of injury. And so when you're talking about something like this, it's a little concerning, and I think it should be a little concerning.
Dr. AI says NBA teams are often cautious with calf strains due to the risk of re-injury or a more severe Achilles tear if a player returns too soon. Players typically undergo intensive treatment and must complete rehab before being cleared to return to full game action.
Fair enough. Then I'm going to go with Dr. AI, and I won't concern myself with it.
Yep.
I'd like to see him back out there, though.
Well, there's another article here. How to safely speed up calf strain recovery.
Aha.
Get on that, Spurs doc. And I do wonder if the Spurs weren't playing so good without him, would he be healthier by now?
Well, that could be, and they're playing with house money. Because of the record without him, and I think maybe that's all factoring in. Tom Mooresmore, in fact, just posted this. He's got an article in San Antonio Express News. It says Spurs put Victor Wembanyama's health ahead of NBA Cup. Now, to me, that's very logical because who gives a damn?
Those guys, accountants.
Well, okay. But would you rather win the Cup in December or a championship in June?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, both, huh?
I'm greedy. Give me a trophy.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I'm with you.
The
Larry O'Brien is what matters.
Of course it is.
Larry O'Brien. It's been a while since we've gotten a new one of those. And that should be the priority, not some in-season made-up tournament.
It's interesting. Sorry.
And they got those weird floors that seem to hurt players.
Well, they seem to be a little bit weird. But anyway.
And ugly.
Again, I know the players get extra money. I'm not sure that it's moving the needle for fans. Maybe some of y'all it is. I'm not sure. I don't give a damn. To me, it's another regular season game in December. I mean, that's all it is.
They just put some dressing on it.
That's all it is. So, again, no Wemby tonight, and we'll see what happens. Apparently, if they win, they play 3 days from now and against either Oklahoma City or Phoenix. So we'll see if Wemby is back by that time. Going to be interesting. Let's talk some Cowboys football with, a guy that is logical sometimes, a guy that's, I don't know, sometimes out there sometimes, but I guess we all are that. RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys, joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Speaking of Cavs, if you're dealing with any kind of injury, still struggling after the marathon over the weekend, you want to skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They had on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National Contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quarter Moon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
George gets justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Hey, I'm Steffi. You may know me from your social feed. I go big for the holidays, so I'm going to Famous Footwear because the best gifts are giving famous. My friends and family are going to love all these styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, New Balance, Skechers, and more. With over 800 stores, you're never far from the perfect gift. So make your list and make it famous. Come in today for buy one pair, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Topgolf New Braunfels is now open in the New Braunfels Town Center at Creekside. Topgolf New Braunfels features new games, food, and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Come play around at Topgolf New Braunfels.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What's another night? I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
Oh, my goodness. Seems like the Cowboys haven't played in about 2 months. It's been a long time, hasn't it, since last Thursday night's, not very good game in Detroit. But they do get the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday night and still have a chance. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And let's talk about that chance with our good friend RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Sunday night football, another Sunday without the Cowboys playing at some point in the middle of the afternoon, which really screws up routines, although we'll be flying back from Army-Navy, so actually Sunday night football is perfect. We'll be home by the time that thing kicks off. How's your Wednesday, my friend?
Well, happy hump day. It's great to be with you guys. You guys are always more cheery at Army-Navy week, so I'm happy that you get kind of be center stage. I'll give each of you $1 if you can name who sings the song that Pledge bumped backwards. I don't think Jason might be able to, but there's no way in hell that joking.
I have no clue. That's why I won't pay you $1.
It was Simple Plan, and life was much more simple when Simple Plan was on the radio all the time. So, yeah, good times.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, I'll forget that about 5 minutes from now, RJ, but that's okay.
Well, no, I mean, because we'll make you remember, because it really is a simple plan now for the Cowboys to get into the postseason. Win all your damn games, hope Philly loses 2, and you're in. Simple, right, RJ?
I really do think it is. So of the Cowboys' remaining games, I think we're all willing to put the Commanders and Giants and Vikings game into the chalk bucket. Right, like we understand anything can happen any given Sunday, blah, 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 but we all feel pretty confident about those 3. I think equally we feel pretty confident that the Eagles will beat the Raiders and lose to the Bills. You got one on either side of the aisle. So for me, this comes down to 3 different games. Can the Cowboys, assuming, again, everything else goes chalk, can the Cowboys beat the Chargers, and can the Commanders steal one? I think if I had to to bet and you're getting, plus 750 odds right now, I'd take that dollar that Joe won't bet me, and I'd throw it that way.
I'm not as confident as you are, RJ.
In what part? What part are you less confident in? The Cowboys part or the Eagles part?
I think the Eagles are going to lose one game, and that's the Buffalo game. They'll go 3-1 over this stretch. And so I don't know whatever the Cowboys do, even if they sweep, they're going to miss out on this thing. I think. I mean, depending on how everything else falls, but I think they're going to come up just short.
You know what, though? And I'm not this way. I've spent enough time on this radio station where I think its hosts and its audience know that. I'm not the cope, not the moral victory guy when it comes to the Cowboys. If you want to hate on this team, get in line. But if they won out, from this point on, they would have won 7 of 8 games to close the season, 7 of 8 after the bye. Now, they could very easily screw it up in the offseason by playing their usual stupid games, but in my opinion, even if they do miss out on the playoffs, they will have earned some benefit of the doubt. That they pissed away, to be very clear here, but they will have earned it back. That will be highly impressive, regardless of whether or not it's to get into the tournament.
You know, it's interesting, RJ, because with the NFL, as somebody that I know always says, we just don't know.
We just don't
right?
know.
Like,
that's right.
Like, how did Washington get beat 31-0? How did J.J. McCarthy just totally exploit the great Dan Quinn's defense? How in the hell did the Cowboys lose that game to Arizona? I don't think they've won since then. They haven't even looked like a real football team since then. Could the Raiders actually surprise the Eagles? Because what do they have to play for? And, but again, I just feel like it's the Cowboys' way for them to win their games and disappoint us at the end because Philly didn't do their part. Well, blame Philly, knowing damn well that Arizona game would be the one that we're all going to circle back to in a couple of weeks going, what happened on that night? That's why you guys aren't in.
Yeah, to your point, I think everyone is, at this point, more forgiving of the Chicago loss, of the Carolina loss. Like, they were still frustrating, but, who those teams have become make it easier to swallow. If it does go the way we're all kind of in agreement it will, that means Dallas will have life headed into Week 18, right? If they win out and if Philadelphia drops that Buffalo game, then you're talking about the Cowboys who need to win and the Eagles lose that second Commanders game to get in, and that obviously could be possible, would be possible. But I'm with you. Like, the floodgates open if the Raiders win on Sunday. I think that goes without saying. That
Kenny
means
Pickett
anything
would
and
be
everything.
A hero in Dallas.
Well, it was 2 years ago,
which is his goal, I'm sure.
Well, the comparisons to 2023 are really obvious for the Eagles. Collapsed in a similar way.
Yep.
They lost a third game in a row on Monday Night Football, like they did, 2 nights ago. And then it was the Seattle Seahawks. And they had a loss against a moribund team. Incidentally, it was the Arizona Cardinals. In that first year under Jonathan Gannon, everybody thought there's no way that the Cardinals are going to go there and the Cowboys. It's impossible. It's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I guess if I am coping, if I am reaching, Pete Carroll and Brian Schottenheimer are close. Maybe Pete wants to do Brian a solid on the way out. I mean, maybe this is
on the way out.
It was stupid that anyone thought Ashton Genty was better than Cam Scatterby last year, but maybe this is the Ashton Genty coming out party. I mean, can you also imagine if Kenny Pickett went off and Jalen Hurts struggled again, and they'd be saying, we let this guy out the building and Hurts sucks? I mean, like, in some ways, you can kind of believe that the most toxic possible thing can happen to the Eagles because that's what's been going on lately.
Well, and you got to believe, and we were talking about this earlier, the Philadelphia radio has just got to be killing Jalen Hurts and everybody else on that football team. They're in a free fall again. And again, you mentioned it happened in 2023. I suppose the same thing could happen again. My only problem is the Raiders suck. All right, and I know it's the NFL, but I can't imagine Philadelphia losing at home to the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, going up to Buffalo, I'll count that as a loss, and then we'll see where the chips fall when they may. But the Cowboys have to win out, too. And, again, Jason brought up a good point. I mean, one day J.J. McCarthy looks like, I don't know, Tom Brady, and the next he looks like Trey Lance. I can't figure this guy out, and I can't figure out exactly where that Minnesota team is and just how good or not good they are.
I think that they, in just about every way, made a mess of this season themselves with how they had that soft benching of JJ after those first 2 weeks when they looked like they had really struck gold. I mean, Kevin O'Connell, on the subject of benefit of the doubt, had really, I mean, we all remember last year with Sam Darnold. I mean, he obviously had Kirk Cousins balling out. I mean, he has kind of developed this reputation as the quarterback whisperer. But everything that they have done, their season has been so left-footed from the beginning. I think that this is – I'm not like in the prediction business. I think the Cowboys are going to win. But I think this is the Cowboys' whoop-ass game. Like, this is the – everyone feels awesome. Everyone feels great. The Cowboys just dominate from start to finish, and you really start to let your Christmas wish list kind of take center stage and believe that you can get the miracle you need for the Eagles to fully collapse, because this the strength of this Vikings team for so long has been their defense and been what, you know, they've been able to do to opposing quarterbacks, and how Brian Flores has been able to thwart them and manipulate certain things. And that's not the same type of kryptonite against Dak Prescott as it is against most teams. And so I fully trust the Cowboys. Plus, look, I mean, everyone jumped down the Cowboys' throats last week because they lost, and it was unfortunate. But they have won 3 of their last 4 games, and they have been playing very well. They had a human thing happen to them last week, and trust that they'll bounce back.
You know, RJ, as we visit with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com here on the Blitz, all the talk is about the Cowboys' best playoff chances winning out, having Philly lose 2, and win the East. Is the wild card – explain to me how the wild card is not in play, because as you sit right now, Dallas is 10th overall, Detroit is 8th, Carolina is 9th, Dallas 10th, in the hunt, if you will. Well, Carolina's got 2 games against Tampa Bay. They've got Seattle and they've got New Orleans. Detroit has the Rams, the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Bears. And hell, Chicago went from 1st to 7th, but they close out. They get Cleveland this week in none-degree weather. It's going to be miserable at Soldier Field. They say one of the coldest games in the history of Soldier Field. Then they've got Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit.
Woo.
If the Cowboys win out, and you look at the 3 teams that are kind of in play that are keeping them from being a wild card, I don't see any of those teams winning out. In fact, Carolina, with 2 games against Tampa Bay and Seattle, I could see them going 1-3, although explain to me how Tampa Bay lost this week to New Orleans, because it's the NFL. We don't know. But why is everybody saying the wild card is not in question for the Cowboys? What part of the math am I not seeing?
I don't think that anyone's saying it's not in question. And to be clear, you know, we do a Bean Guide article. One of our staffers, Jess Haney, writes, and we create a graphic because people are mindless and they need us to tell them, you know, where to go eat their food and drink their water like they're horses. But it is in play. It's just, I think, way less pragmatic and way less practical, because you need multiple collapses, right? Like, to your point, it is possible, but like, you're talking about threading a much more difficult needle, as opposed to within the NFC East, you need one team to collapse, and it just so happens to be a team that has like the most insecurity ever about collapsing and loves to collapse. So it feels easier. It feels like lower hanging fruit, but you're right. I mean, and the beauty of it all, as it is the beauty of the NFL, as you've both been underlining, is that this could be one of those weeks where everything on the rooting guide goes their way, right? Where everyone they need to lose just happens to drop this week, and they win, and you pick up 2 games on everybody, and all of a sudden you go from 10th to 8th. But I think the core of the answer is because they lost to Detroit. That was the loss. You know, they could have afforded one more down the stretch, but it would have been ideal to have been the Chargers, obviously. But because Detroit is also on the outside and contending with them, it just makes that proposition a bit more difficult.
You know, I keep looking at that, and granted, it could have gone the other way too and been in the loss column. But you look at that tie with Green Bay back in week 4, and that could come into play with some of these things that we're talking about, and it's unfortunate. Detroit's 2 games ahead of Dallas as I look at this. 2.5, I think, if I'm not, or 1.5 is what I don't know what the hell it is. They're ahead of by more than 1 game. Carolina is the easier team to catch, I think, in this scenario, if you're talking about that, but they'd still be on the outside looking in. I don't know. It is gonna be difficult, and I think the easiest way to fly is for the Eagles not to fly, and the Cowboys to. I think we all agree they have to win out. Do they not?
Yeah, and you brought up the tie, and I agree with Jason that the Cardinals game is the one, right? Like, we're going to look back, and again, we can kind of explain away the Bears and Panthers loss, but if if they miss out, right, if they win out and Philly only loses 1 or whatever, if Philly loses 2, they lose 1, and they just miss out, and you want to boil it down to a moment, you can go down to when they were driving down the field in overtime against Green Bay, and Micah caught Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys had to settle for a field goal, and ultimately that was the difference, right? Because Green Bay was able to go get their own. Maybe Green Bay goes and scores a touchdown and goes for 2, right? Like, we could play what if for forever. But that would be the moment that you could say that costed them half of a win and what was ultimately the difference if the season breaks that direction.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com. Let's stop talking math and talk football and what's going on with this team as they get ready for a Sunday night game against Minnesota. And obviously an important game. You want your best players out there. What's your read on what's going on with Seven? Some of the things that Schottenheimer said today about Diggs, quite frankly, are a little surprising. And I'm paraphrasing. We'll play the audio for our audience here in a little while, but he's got to go show us consistently. That tells me the guy's not doing the work, showing up to the meetings on time, paying attention in the meetings, or giving the effort on the practice field, or a little bit of both. But with what we know about Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, he does everything to protect his players. What he said today is a little alarming about the future of one Mr. Diggs in Dallas.
Yeah, I think that sometimes people look at a season as what transpired between weeks 1 and 18. But the season was what began, obviously, way back in March. And if we look at the totality of the calendar year for the Cowboys, I mean, at different checkpoints, the highest points of leadership, multiple different points, have all done and said things to suggest that Trayvon's future is not for long. Obviously, they fined him for not showing up and whatnot. And then right before you guys got to Oxnard, Jerry Jones in his training camp speech was like, yeah, that deal was dumb, right? Like, now I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, we shouldn't have done that. It's crazy. You guys want me to pay Micah early? Look what happened when I paid Trayvon early. So I think that it's difficult to lose the trust of the Cowboys front office. They're pretty lenient, as you guys well know, but it seems like he has just done that. They don't see, I mean, they're willing to give a lot of guys chance here. And not that these situations are apples to apples, but they're out there like Savon Ravel. Dude, it's like your 4th game, 5th game in the NFL. You're coming off of an ACL. We trust you more than we're willing to trust Trayvon Diggs right now, which I think is just representative of a relationship that has deteriorated over time, which is why they're probably going to go their separate ways in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. And to hear Schotty say what he said today, RJ, is for Brian Schottenheimer, I thought was very revealing about how they feel about Trayvon Diggs. Sounds to me like he's healthy and ready to go, but he's not going to play because he's not being a good citizen at practice or the meetings or the things behind the scenes. And I think that's how I took that soundbite today from Schotty. It has nothing to do with his play on the field. It has everything to do with his attitude off the field.
Yeah, and to your point, Joe, I mean, Jerry and Steven throw you under the bus when they're on the radio. Okay, cool. Like, that's happened to a million different people before, right? But for Brian Schottenheimer to, vocally not go out of his way to have your back, right? Especially like in this moment where we have all these yahoos who are thinking that George Pickens is the loser and whatnot. I would offer that they should look into the mirror. I don't know if I'm talking to one of them here at this moment. That would be kind of awkward if so.
No, he's talking to you.
Not at all.
But that being said, to use him as an example, Brian has, again, gone way above and out of his way to have George Pickens back. That's the type of coach he is. So to the collective point, his reluctance to do so with Trayvon and to even go the other direction is pretty telling.
The other part that because it is a business, and there are times that you're reminded this is big, big business. I want to see him out on the field because, good Lord, I mean, last time I saw him, he's still pretty good at what he does. He's still a really good football player. But is there fear if they put him out there and he gets hurt again? Now they got to deal with an injury settlement in the offseason, or that would affect their ability to part ways with him at the least expensive way.
Yeah, I think that's very much in play, especially I'm not in any way accusing anyone of anything, but, Trayvon could say, I went out there, I did this, and I've got this ailment. We're on the air in San Antonio where a situation like that is certainly very well known and well documented. And so I would not run that risk. And I don't believe in this, philosophy generally, but I believe that they have seen enough and they're willing to move on. And we had some good times, right? It was a great run. He had 11 interceptions in 2021. It just can't last forever. I mean, that, next offseason, that will have been half a decade ago. Consider that in 2021, 5 years before then was Dak and Zeke's rookie year. Like, time flies. and you have to keep up, or else you're going to be moved on from.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. 2021, he had a great year. Since then, he hasn't done anything.
Well, he's made a lot of money.
Well, he's made a lot of money, and he's been hurt most of the time. So I think that's part of the problem, and I just don't think the Cowboys want to deal with him anymore. And I think he's pouting a little bit because his bestie, Micah Parsons, is now in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
He'll look good in yellow pants.
That's justifiable, partly in my mind, because that was so dumb. Like we don't have to relitigate it, but my point is that they went about something in a very dumb way, and there were dumb reactions to it. And so if you don't do the dumb thing, the dumb reactions don't happen. So like that, again, being silly about it is one thing, but I understand being upset.
Good stuff. And you think a easy win for the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, I think you guys get home and start your loads of laundry, because I know that's the first thing you do when you get home. You guys aren't lazy in any sort of sense. And maybe Joe throws another brisket on. Jason puts 14 photos of his wonderful steak or ribeye or whatever he's cooking for all of us to be jealous of. And then by the time you're chilling and folding those clothes Sunday night, the Cowboys have won. Let's go 52-17, Super Bowl 27.
Wow.
52-17.
Wow.
Now, I will bet you $1 on that, RJ, if you'd like.
All right. Hey, real quick, speaking of steak, next Saturday, the 20th, if you're bored, you can road trip up to San Antonio. James Pledger is going to attempt to eat, within 1 hour, a 72-ounce steak.
I want to be an asshole and doubt that. But one time you and I were like, Pledge, there's no way you could go break 80. And the quarry hit him up. That day, he went out and did it. Like 30 minutes after we doubted him. So I believe. I don't know how the votes have gone here, but Pledge has my support.
Wow.
Right. Well, we've got to come up with a good consequence if he fails. But
You've got to dye his hair.
Well,
or cornrows. You've got to get cornrows in his hair.
We might be onto something.
That may be.
We're going to make him wear cowboy and Aggie gear for a week.
I think he'd be okay with that. That's not a real big punishment. I want him to dye it. He has to dye his hair green and red. So it could be topical, but he has to dye it.
All right, good stuff. All right, we'll think about it. We'll see you at the house next Saturday, man. You can
70,
help judge.
72 ounces.
Yeah,
yeah. Plus the potato, roll, salad, and
shrimp cocktail. He's going to do it in 33 minutes. That's my prediction.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
All
good
right.
stuff. Appreciate you, RJ. RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com. Here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Lots to talk about when we come back, including, and we'll let you hear it for yourself. It sounds like there is a great football player who's done a lot of great things on the gridiron, is about to call it a day. We're talking about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, when you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They do fantastic work and have for well over 3 decades. Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. I know they put extra outlets in my garage because the builder never puts enough in there. Spotlight over one of the grills outside. They put dimmer lights in the living room. They've moved a light. They've fixed a light that actually fell. They do great work. And anytime, look, electrical stuff, you don't want to mess with that. You want the experts to do it. No better company than Hill Electric. And one of the great things about Hill Electric, one of the many great things, they've got the right service for you. They've got the right price. But there is never a service charge and always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. So call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. 404-9074, or go to their website, hill-electric.com.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
Hornitos Tequila and America's team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere. From dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Could be a very interesting weekend in the NFL. Colts quarterback Phillip Rivers practiced today. He could actually start this weekend against the Seahawks in Seattle on Sunday. 44-year-old quarterback was signed to the Colts practice squad yesterday because of the season-ending injury to Daniel Jones. Spurs back in action tonight. They're in LA to take on the Lakers in NBA Cup Quarterfinals matchup. No Victor Wembanyama. He's been ruled out.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Is it Wednesday?
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day, as we say around these parts. Happy you're here with us on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and Minix is saying that secretly as I'm saying it. I saw his lips move. Hump day. Hump day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's your thing, man. I'm not like A.J. Hoffman going to steal your bed.
Dude, I'm happy it's hump day, and
not that you're the originator of it or anything, but
well,
go with it.
No. But
on this station,
sometimes people that come behind the originators are better at it than the originators.
So now you think you're better than Caleb the Camel?
Absolutely.
Or the actor behind it?
I don't
Caleb?
know who the hell that actor is.
He's making a whole lot more money.
Well, that's what I'm pissed about, because they should have called me.
They should have.
Well, yeah, they should have.
Mm-hmm. Well, they might.
Well, I mean, if they
I doubt it, but
if they will, I mean, if they want to bring that back, they bring back that stupid dinosaur or not dinosaur, the caveman, and they got that damn lizard going. Let's go.
The gecko.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What makes him so special?
Cheap labor.
Damn gecko. I don't know. It's annoying, but
maybe
I'm
the
here.
camel union's just ridiculous to work with.
I'm here, Geico. If you need a camel voice, I'm your man. Let's go.
Flattery.
Yes.
There's some guy sitting on a beach somewhere getting royalty checks.
That sucks.
For who?
Really does. For me. Not for him, but for me.
When those checks stop coming, ask Rob Thompson. It kind of sucks. When EA was using Rob Thompson for the for the game, that was great.
I'm sure it was.
Then that kind of just dies out.
I got some nice royalty checks too for the movie I was starring in. And
nice royalty checks. You couldn't buy coffee.
No, dude. Actually, the first 3 weren't bad. And then they got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, the upfront payment was nice, and then a couple of mailbox checks, and then then they got really bad. So
7 days of Utopia.
7 days in Utopia.
Same thing. Go stream that so Joe can get a nickel.
That's right.
Or Venmo him a nickel.
I need a
save
bottle
yourself
of water.
2 hours.
There you go. Water's expensive these days.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Thanksgiving, I may or may not have been in a building with one Taylor Swift. They, at Jerry World, never made any mention if she was actually at the Chiefs-Cowboys game. And I know some people, including my friends in Kansas City, say that, they don't make a big deal anymore at the stadium when she's there. And, watching a lot of Chiefs games, they don't make a big deal that she's there. Apparently, that was her request. That was actually kind of Travis's request.
Well, they only showed her once. The other night when Houston and Kansas City played.
Yeah.
So and that was a brief thing, and you're right. Apparently that's by either both of them or one of their requests. Look, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to show my face either and say that's my fiance out there with the stone hands.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Well, and I know Travis this year going into the season told the Chiefs to not play her music there at the stadium because he feels like it's takes away from the entire team. So they're very self-conscious of the relationship and his work and her work. And apparently the TV people have all obliged because you're not seeing her like you were at one point. She's still there. She still supports her husband. But like you said, he's not having the year. Although it's weird. When you look at his stats, he's having a hell of a season. When you watch the games, you go, man, that dude is washed. Travis was talking about being washed on his podcast.
Answers in years past, and this year I just can't find them. And I keep thinking if I show up to work and I put in the work and I fix the issues through my practice habits and through perfecting the game plan and my fundamentals and what I'm being taught, and go out there and try and play my ass off for my guys next to me, it's all going to come together like it has in years past. And this year's just not, man.
That sounds like a guy that's ready to hang up the cleats and move on. He's going to have a fun life. I think if he wants to do TV, he's going to be able to do that. He's about to marry a billionaire. And I think it's time for Travis Kelce to ride off into the sunset.
It's interesting because, as they always say, once you start thinking retirement and talking retirement, you probably need to just retire because, at that point you're done. But then you think about, is he washed? Travis Kelce is second among all tight ends in receiving yards this season. He's also second in yards after catch. He has more yak yards this year than he had all of last year. He has scored more touchdowns this year than he did last year, and he's averaging 12.1 yards per reception, the most for him since 2022 when he was at 12.2 yards a reception and 73 more yards. He's going to join Jerry Rice as the only player to ever have 800 yards receiving in 12 straight seasons.
I think he'll obviously get that with what, 3-4 games left to play. But, I mean, you just look at him the other night in that game, a huge game with on a big stage. He had an opportunity to make a difference, get Kansas City back in that football game, and he's dropping passes that he never dropped before.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, it's crazy to watch the games and then read the stats. 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4.
Right.
Right? Like those stats, and Jeff Darlington from ESPN posted that tweet, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Then you go look, and I mean, Jeff isn't tweeting if it's wrong, but I had to go look for myself, right?
Of course.
And, but again, he sounds like a guy that is retired. But then you get a 44-year-old saying, dude, I miss football. You called, I'm coming back.
He is back. And good start this week.
It's hard to walk away from the game. But at least Travis Kelce, with the New Heights podcast that he does with his brother, can follow his brother's advice on how to handle retirement, because you're still a part of the game, just in the broadcasting world, if Travis chooses to do that.
Yeah, with Jason, they were calling for him to come back the other day. I think it was Troy Aikman up in the booth saying, hey, if Philadelphia, they should call Jason Kelce right now, because they could certainly use his help on that offensive line, and he looks like he could still play. But I think Jason Kelce is having a good time working TV and doing that. Real quick before we move on, I just saw this, that there'll be no special court tonight in Los Angeles for the Emirates Cup. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well,
because
it's
they're
a
too
bad
slippery.
floor.
Yeah, it's
causes calf injuries.
So out of an abundance of caution, it would be just the regular Lakers floor. So
well, good.
Sure.
Because
sure.
it's slippery with all the suits in college football right now. You know, that Notre Dame athletic director that now we heard what he said the other day on Dan Patrick, and I don't know if you heard his press conference yesterday, where the dude literally said they had one of the best 10-game runs in college football. And then a lot of people were quick to point out it might have been the 4th or 5th best 10-game run this year, not the history of college football. The Big 12 commissioner basically said the Notre Dame AD is a crybaby.
I will say this, and I'm a little outspoken about it. I don't like how Notre Dame's reacted to it.
So
okay, I think Pete's his behavior has been egregious. It's been egregious going after Jim Phillips when they saved Notre Dame during COVID. We all knew, and it was very transparent. Hunter was very transparent about it, the chair, that as Notre Dame and Miami got closer together, head-to-head would be a factor. Okay, BYU lost. They became closer together, head-to-head made a difference in that decision. So I think he is totally out of bounds in his approach, and if he was in the room, I'd tell him the same thing.
And I believe that he would. And look, everybody's telling them the same thing. I mean, Notre Dame looks pathetic right now with the way they're crying, with the way they've pulled out of the bowl season. They just flat out look pathetic. And it's very sad for an iconic team like Notre Dame to be acting like a bunch of fools.
I get why they're upset. And because up until the final rankings, that head-to-head didn't matter to the committee, and they were ahead of Miami. I get it. But dealing with adversity is something everybody in athletics learns, especially college athletics. And you've got to move on, and you've got to participate. They could have had a great time at the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Imagine if the Longhorns would have said, you know what, screw the Cheez-It Bowl, we're not going. And then they would miss out on one of the more interesting concession stand creations that they are going to do at the Cheez-It Bowl. It is a Cheez-It crusted turkey leg.
That sounds pretty good. Not bad. Would you order that?
Well, no.
I would.
Oh, you would order. See, that's the thing. You're at the fair, you're at a game. I'm not ordering a turkey leg. And quite honestly, the photo looks like they got a drumstick from Bush's Chicken. But when you take the Cheez-Its and use that as the breading, it does look fantastic. It looks far better than it sounds. And I'd probably eat it if it was in front of me. I don't know that I would order it. But
you have to order it. I mean, it's just part of the ambiance. It's like you telling me I got to eat crab cakes when we're in Baltimore. Because that's what they do there. Well, it's a Cheez-It Bowl. You got to eat cheese-covered turkey legs.
Well, can I just get the extra toasty Cheez-Its, which are my favorite?
No.
Of the Cheez-It varieties, the extra toasty ones, they use the extra cheesy one on the turkey leg. Although maybe it makes the turkey leg better. I'm not a big fan of the turkey leg to begin with.
There you go. I like a good turkey leg every now and then. It's not my go-to, but, if it's available and I'm feeling like a turkey, I'll eat that.
I mean, because it's the cheesy crackers, I just wonder, is it going to leave, it's not Cheetos, but is it going to leave that cheesy dust all over your hands and your face as you're trying to eat that?
I don't think Cheez-Its do that.
Well, I mean,
I like Cheez-Its.
I like Cheez-Its too. And when you're reaching into the box or the little bag and eating them, that's one thing. But if they've been crunched up and fried, is it going to leave a mess? Is that going to be a messy eat?
Well, aren't most things you eat at a ball game messy?
Well, they don't have to be.
Well, most of them are. If you're eating a Frito pie hot dog, chili dog, it's messy.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but that's why they invented forks.
Well, not for a hot dog.
Well, when it's got the Frito pie hot dog, you can't pick that thing up and eat it at your seat. You got to use a fork to eat it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, unless you want to wear it, it's not a regular dog.
What?
There's too much on it to pick it up.
Dude, you got to eat it like a hot dog.
No, I ate it with a fork.
Be a man.
You got to eat it with a fork. You can't pick that thing up.
Of course you can.
You can't.
Yes.
No. Good Lord.
My goodness, dude. I don't know, Minix.
We might have to do this and have you eat one of these, Pledge, at the party next Saturday night. We'll do some Cheez-It chicken wings.
No. We got to do turkey legs.
Dude, he can't eat a 72-ounce steak and a turkey leg.
Well, the hell with him. We're not saying it's for him. We got to eat something.
For you?
Well, we got to eat something.
Well, I'm going to do fajitas.
We're going to sit
because
there and watch
you wings
Pledge
it out
eat.
on doing a brisket.
Dude, I'm not doing a brisket. I'm telling you. I love it, and I can do it. They're a pain in the ass.
They're not a pain in the ass.
Dude, they're a royal pain in the ass.
You got a Traeger.
I know.
They're
still a royal pain in the ass.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
You're in charge of the brisket.
I'm not. Well, good. Keep holding your breath for that thing. I'm going to bring over some cheese-crusted turkey legs.
All right, sold. You're done. Now you got something to do. Good Lord.
Does Costco sell turkey legs? I know they have Cheez-Its.
I think wings would be pretty good that way.
And
I'll tell you, and I know this because, I mean, I've done it many times with the Southern recipe pork rinds on shrimp and on chicken strips. And you crunch up the pork rinds and use that as your breading. That is fantastic. I haven't done it on a wing or a turkey leg, but it's the same concept.
No, I think it sounds good to me. That's what I'm saying. I would eat the turkey leg at the Cheez-It Bowl. Where the hell is the Cheez-It Bowl
Orlando.
Anyway? Orlando.
Yeah.
It's at the Citrus Bowl.
Huh?
The Citrus Bowl.
Citrus Cheez-It Bowl.
Oh, yeah, it's the Cheez-It, but it's being played in the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah. Huh?
Now I'm really confused. You're getting called out here, Minix.
I think you are.
No. He says you never use a fork to eat a taco, a hot dog, a burger, pizza. That takes your man card away.
Dude, you eat
chicken nuggets.
Boneless wings with a fork. You can't say anything.
Dude, see, that's the debate right there. It's not a boneless wing. It's a chicken nugget.
Well, on the menu at the Roo Pub, it's boneless wings, and we're at the Roo Pub, and you order boneless wings, and you eat them with a fork. And you're going to tell me I've got to eat a chili cheese dog with my hands at a Cowboy game in a stadium? No, I'm going to use a fork.
Now, how many people honestly pick up boneless wings with their hands?
I think most people.
Really?
Do you go to McDonald's and ask for a fork and knife when you get the chicken nugget meal?
Well, that's different. It doesn't have the sauce all over it. You just dip that one.
Same thing. Be a man.
Well,
Keep your card.
I can be a man. Maybe
Get a napkin.
I'll have the sauce on the side.
Come after me.
How about that?
I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
And you're out of a job.
He's still rich.
It's a great hump day here on the Blitz. We'll continue on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Speaking of the Rue Pub, it is steak night tonight at the Rue Pub, where you need a fork and a knife for that 12-ounce ribeye. That is fantastic. Steak night, 12-ounce ribeye, your potato, your salad, $19.95, and it is a fantastic steak. 6 p.m. until it sells out. Get in and take advantage of steak night. Any other night, I would tell you to get the fried shrimp or the bone-in wings. You could be like Joe and get boneless wings and get a fork, and then everybody will make fun of you. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. You could use a fork for that if you needed. Whatever you do, go, because the food there is fantastic. And the kitchen is open late with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, great for steak night, and certainly the best place to watch any game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
San Antonio, the holidays are here, and so are the perfect gifts. The Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need to shop for everyone on your list. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, jackets, and more, all ready to wrap and put under the tree. Find them at any of their 4 locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Hebner Oak Shopping Center. They're open 7 days a week. Holiday shopping made easy. Only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun. Really fun. As in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Hey, this is Michael Rosenbaum.
Hey guys, Tom Welling. Look, we've both played heroes.
And we both played villains. But in the real life, there are no reshoots, no stuntmen, or sequels.
We all make mistakes. We're all human.
Making one bad decision can not only land you in jail, but could also put yourself and other people around you in serious risk.
Be smart, make a plan, catch a ride, stay put.
Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. This holiday season, be your own hero. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by NHTSA.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Está
Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yes, the Cowboys do. We're going to hear from their head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, coming up here in just a little bit. Had some interesting things to say today, especially about one Trayvon Diggs that you don't want to miss. So we'll be doing that coming up in the next segment. We'll hear from Brian Schottenheimer. I'm just looking over our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, though, Jason, and a lot of people here are going over the bowl game trophies and stuff that happens after some of these bowl games. And I guess some of these I knew and some I didn't know. I didn't know you get 20 gallons of mayo dumped over the winning coach. Is that true?
Yeah, you've never watched the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
I've watched it, but I guess I haven't watched the celebration. Dude, that would be miserable. I'd throw the game on purpose.
Now, there's a lot of things that go on with the Mayo Bowl that you want to watch that one, even if you don't care about who's in the game. One, during the broadcast, in the last couple of years, our friend Mike Golick Jr. has been on the call, and that dude will eat about anything. And they figure out all different kinds of things that you can add mayo to. It's kind of gross. But at the end, the coach has to go over, and he gets the mayo dumped on him. It's like getting slimed. It's not sexy.
It's not.
But
That's miserable.
But it's fun. The Pop-Tarts Bowl is edible. And the toaster, and they're doing all kinds of things with it. And I do appreciate, and I know what you're saying, right? Because a lot of these bowl games, and there are people that are like, I don't give a damn. But there's only so many games, and you watch them. And last year, the ratings were up 14% over the year before. So what's the word you're looking for? There is interest. But I think the bowl games and their sponsors have found very creative ways to incorporate their products into the celebration. For example, Jeff Traylor had that iced coffee that got dumped on him when they won the Scooters Coffee Bowl.
Honestly, in 19 years, I haven't been doused that bad ever in my life, so I'll always remember the coffee running down my crack right now.
That was great.
Yeah, are you sure that's coffee, Coach?
What the hell? Holy cow.
It's a brown
you're a dumb butt.
Substance.
Well, what else could it be? What are you thinking?
I don't know, Minix.
Right,
what
good.
other brown runny substances can run down your crack? We need to spell this out for you, I guess.
Maybe.
Poo.
You need a fork?
In liquid form. Dude.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Remember Will Levis?
Well,
where the hell is Will Levis? And the Mayo story got me to thinking about that dude.
He's the backup in Tennessee.
Is he still at Tennessee?
Yeah, I think he's still hurt. Did he get released? I thought he was there just on IR when Cam beat him out.
Well, he may be, but I mean, he's kind of gone on a milk carton, has he not?
Sure.
I just remembered him. He had his 15 minutes with one of the Mayo companies when he said he put mayo in his coffee.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Duke's.
Yeah, it may be.
Hellman's? Pledge is saying Hellman's. Pledge, the mayonnaise expert police guy.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Hellman's, Duke's, Miracle Whip. Who cares?
Oh, there's a difference.
Well, I don't like mayonnaise.
There's a difference.
Yeah, you a mayonnaise guy?
I don't mind mayonnaise.
I'm not a big mayonnaise.
But it's interesting though. Mayonnaise depends on what kind of sandwich I'm eating. Right. If I'm eating a ham sandwich, I want mayonnaise.
Ugh.
If I'm ordering at Subway, I'm generally always going with mustard. And I prefer mustard over mayonnaise, but there are certain things where mayonnaise is fine. I don't use a lot for binders, but if I am going to use a binder, then I always go with mustard as my binder, not mayonnaise. I know other people that go complete opposite, and they go mayonnaise.
Why the hell would they do that? Does it cook off, or can you still taste it?
You can't taste it. You
That's
can't
ridiculous.
taste it.
Only time I like mayonnaise is on tuna fish. If I get a tuna fish sandwich, all right, you throw a little mayonnaise in there.
And what about like a tuna casserole? You're going to have mayonnaise.
No.
Well,
I can't remember the last time I had a tuna casserole. I don't.
Well,
to be honest
I'm glad
with you.
you're using mayonnaise for your tuna fish sandwiches because I think it'd be pretty gross with mustard.
Well, I think it would be,
I mean,
too.
but how do you like your potato salad? Mayonnaise-based or
No,
mustard-based?
I like the mustard-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, if they bring it out and it's mayonnaise-based, are you going to turn your nose up at it?
I might, or I'll just get a little scoop and move it around. Probably. I just not a mayonnaise fan. It's one of those things. I can't help it.
Garcia says his mom used to like mayo on her hamburgers.
Well, yuck.
You know, it is interesting. When you go to a place and you order a burger and their standard is mayonnaise.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Now, mustard ketchup, I'm good either way. Generally, I'm going to add both. But if I had my druthers, it's going to be mustard.
Yes,
but
I'm there.
But when you're not expecting mayonnaise and you bite in and you get mayonnaise, that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan. In most places, you're right. They put mayonnaise on there, and they got a thing of mustard right there at the table.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mix them. So you got to read the menu and make sure. I always ask the server, is it no mayonnaise on that? Oh, okay, no problem.
You know, Art Garcia says, what grown man willingly eats tuna casserole unless your kid made it for school?
I agree with him.
It's true, although tuna casserole was a treat for us growing up. And we don't get it often. My wife hates it. You know when I get tuna casserole as an adult? When my wife is cooking something because she's going to be out of town and I can heat it back up. Or if she's doing something completely different, which maybe about once a year. I'll get a tuna but it's one of those comfort foods that reminds me as a kid, I don't necessarily crave it all the time or ask for it all the time unless I'm trying to piss her off. Like if I don't know, I got nothing, I'll throw out tuna casserole and she'll come up with other ideas real quick.
Now, do you have, you go get the tuna helper? So you can make a tuna casserole with that stuff. So a hamburger helper, tuna helper.
Now, I think that's gross.
See, I don't mind. I think hamburger helper is underrated.
Hamburger helper is good. Tuna helper.
I don't know if I've ever had tuna helper, but I've seen it in the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. And you've never bought it because you looked at that and went, no.
Yeah, no. See, it's funny how the responses here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, some people hate mustard, some people hate mayo. Maggie, my wife, hates mustard. She does not like mustard.
Well, I mean, and that's the beauty of we all have our own things that we like and don't like. Pledge hates onions.
See, yeah, I'm a big fan of onions.
I mean, a Pledge, you can give him something that's got onions on it, and he'll get tweezers out and pick them all off, even the little diced onions. He's not going to waste the food, but he'll spend an hour getting rid of every onion. And if he gets an onion, his facial reactions and his bodily reactions are like when you try to give a pill to a dog and the dog eats all the cheese or peanut butter around it and then somehow gets that one little pill to pop out. That's Pledge if an onion gets anywhere near him.
Well, and I don't blame him because if you don't like something, you don't like something. I remember when I first started here, I'd bring some of those chopped beef sandwiches with the onion on it. And he never said anything. I guess he just took it off. But an onion kind of leaves a flavor even if you take it off.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that.
Yeah. My mom started cooking with onion juice or powder instead of actual onions. It's the consistency of the onion.
Yeah.
So you don't mind the flavor of it. It's just the onion itself. All right. I get that.
I don't know. I mean, I know onions are there. There's a flavor, but I'm not taking a bite of onion.
Not by itself.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, the fact that he wouldn't even notice that it's in there. But then again, who are you to talk, Joe Reinego? You mix ketchup with your gravy for your chicken fried steak.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious. And everybody out there knows it, and they just, just got to go along. I wonder, I bet Brian Schottenheimer does that.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Just hit play.
That was straight vanilla sweet cold cream running down my rear end, I believe. It was sticky and cold, but it was an awesome feeling.
That was Trailer after getting doused at the Scooter's Coffee Bowl. You got to kind of play those together.
Love trailer.
To dig into the archives. I mean, this is thicker than train smoke material here.
Yeah.
Honestly, in 19 years, I haven't been doused that bad ever in my life, so I'll always remember the coffee running down my crack right now.
That was straight vanilla sweet cold cream running down my rear end, I believe. It was sticky and cold, but it was an awesome feeling.
Wow. Now,
so what do they douse you with when you win the First Responder Bowl? I'm almost afraid to think what that could be.
I have no idea.
They spray you with a fire extinguisher?
Who knows? But
maybe.
Yeah.
Better than the hazmat bag.
That's kind of disturbing there. Love you, Coach, but we all have our quirks. He likes sweet and sticky down his crack.
He won his first bowl game.
Oh, he said
that
it
was
felt
straight
great.
vanilla sweet cold cream running down my rear end, I believe. It was sticky and cold, but it was an awesome feeling.
I mean,
so you're saying it's an awesome feeling because he won,
yeah, I
not
didn't
because
really like
he
it.
just likes that feeling.
well, I mean, we'll have to ask him next time
I think we should.
if he's
Save
enjoyed
those,
it enough to do something like that again.
Yeah,
Thicker than train smoke.
Yeah, save those bites, Pledge. Next time we have Coach Traylor on the air, we'll ask him about this. Coach,
I don't know that he's coming back after this segment.
He may not. This guy's going to get back to him, I'm sure. Sticky and sweet, and it sure felt
Love
good.
this. That was an awesome feeling.
Shoddy.
Uh-huh.
You think he likes sticky, sweet, white stuff running down his crack? I don't know.
Because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
Well, I don't think anybody asked him that question in his presser today, but he had some interesting things to say about a couple of Dallas Cowboys, one in particular. We'll hear from the head coach of the Cowboys when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spurs, Lakers tonight, one of them fancy cup games. It's a late start here in San Antonio. You're going to stay up late. You're going to watch. You might as well add some excitement to watching the game. So go download the Underdog app and start playing, because that is your best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy and it's fun. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, blocks. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, We fix pain fast.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Hey, Sarah. Heard about your car accident. You okay?
Well, let's see. My car's toast, my neck's a pretzel, and the insurance guy ghosted me faster than my ex. So, peachy.
Remind me why you haven't called Thomas J. Henry Law yet.
Calling an attorney is weird to me.
Yeah, you should totally trust insurance, who profits from underpaying you.
I'm picking up on your sarcasm.
You need to pick up the phone and dial Thomas J. Henry Law.
Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com today. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office, San Antonio.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Topgolf New Braunfels is now open in the New Braunfels Town Center at Creekside. Topgolf New Braunfels features new games, food, and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Come play around at Topgolf New Braunfels.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And some news.
ESPN, Adam Schefter, Michigan man, Pete Thamel, Dan Wetzel, all tweeting out that Michigan has fired head coach Sharon Moore for cause. No other details. And all three of their tweets say, per me and the other two. No details yet.
Now, Ross Dillinger just tweeted out that it was a violation of university policy, according to him. That's why Michigan has fired him. According to Ross Dillinger, a university investigation uncovered off-the-field transgressions. Don't know what that means, but that's what Ross Dillinger just sent out right now.
You know, it is interesting and certainly something to follow. Longhorns and Michigan play each other in a bowl game coming up. But you wonder, with everything that was going on with Harbaugh before he bolted, and he knew what was coming and he bolted. And then Moore took over as head coach. And I just almost wonder if they all knew this was eventually going to happen, because, that coaching search was weird or not existent. And I wonder if all this is going to track back to Harbaugh, who he got several years of a no show clause or whatever. Like he can't come back. He can't leave the Chargers and come back anytime soon.
I don't think he can go to college football for a couple of years anywhere. So interesting here. That just broke during the break, and we're going, holy cow, what happened?
Well, and again, checking and making sure that's not some sort of fake Twitter.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of people reporting on it now, including Dillinger, Football Scoop. I mean, there's everybody out there. I don't think this is a fake tweet. This is
no, it's real at this point, but just trying to verify it. But that's it's one of those, the tweet's out, and now you just have all these speculations that are going to go with it, including does Lane Kiffin now head to Michigan? I kid. But that's the other part, the hiring cycle. Who's left, right? Who is left?
That's a good question.
For a program like Michigan. And I say that, Matt Campbell, finally, somebody had to take the Penn State job. But you almost wonder, now granted, it's Michigan and they'll have, resources and plenty of guys with ties. But it would be interesting to see who ends up with that gig. And if they do have ties to the University of Michigan.
Well, this is really strange. So, yeah, it could very well. It makes a lot of sense that it could be tied with the Harbaugh situation, and they're just uncovering now. But you would think that Michigan would have investigated more before they give him the reins. And if this goes back to that, I mean, my goodness.
Well,
that's just not very good due diligence on their part.
Well, and again, the fact that the three main reporters tweet that the firing is set to be for cause. If it's for cause, if I understand the language correctly, that means they don't owe him any buyout money.
Exactly.
This isn't, dude, you lost to Ohio State, get out. This is for cause, which means you broke rules, and we can fire you without having to pay you any of your buyout money. And if you're Michigan, maybe you were looking for cause, and you waited till I don't even want to say they waited till the end of the season, because, again, if their athletic director has a list of potential head coaches, every AD does. I don't care who the AD is. Coach can come in, quit. Coach can do something to get himself fired. They have a short list of people they want to hire, right?
Yeah, but the timing right now is horrible.
Well,
I mean, you got the transfer portal about to open up, and I mean, it's horrible.
But again, timing is all horrible in college football. There is no good time. But they didn't do it at the end of the season. They waited till after signing day. And, once all their quote-unquote recruits were signed, now we can fire you. And now we'll have time to be able to get some things in place for the bowl game and then the transfer portal. I mean, they could have a new head coach before the bowl game.
I would assume. I mean, they could have somebody in-house that they want to. I don't know. This is bizarre. And until we get some more details as to what it is and what happened, just a lot of speculation at this point in time. But that is bizarre, especially when it ties into the University of Texas with those two teams about to meet up in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Well, and I wonder if Michigan pulls out of the bowl game.
Interesting.
And what that could mean. Now, I don't know that they would, but seeing as how two teams in the Big 12 that are going through coaching changes opted not to go to a bowl game. Now, granted, they opted not to before they were invited. I would assume that there are contracts signed for participating in bowl games.
Could be.
So maybe Michigan is obligated to go.
Pete Thamel, Jason, just tweeted this out that he's hearing credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
Yeah, here we go.
So has nothing to do with Harbaugh, apparently, but looks like a little hanky-panky going on off the field between Moore and a staff member.
Oh, it's okay. I'm and the fact that Pete Thamel puts Michigan in quotes, I'm not seeing a statement or anything from Michigan. They have named an interim coach already, but yeah, has been terminated with cause effective immediately following a university investigation. Credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
Nicole Auerbach is reporting the same thing. Not sure exactly who that is. Lead college football insider for NBC Sports.
Mm-hmm.
So she's reporting the same thing, inappropriate activity with a staff member. Interesting stuff there. My goodness. So unexpected, that's for sure. But now we'll see what happens with Michigan. I would assume, and I think you're right, I would assume that Michigan is obligated to play in this bowl game because they've already signed the deal and everything is put in place. So and they've got the cheese-covered turkey legs going. So, I mean, all of that is happening.
And again, we're all going to sit here and, are you kidding? You lost a job as a head coach at Michigan because of an inappropriate relationship. That's just, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, but
he wouldn't be the first.
He's not the first, and he won't be the last. Now, Michigan is yet to tweet this. At least Michigan football hasn't. But that's a quote that Pete Thamel put up there, and he credited Michigan. So I'm looking for the statement from the university.
I would assume that's coming pretty quickly. I would have to believe, because this is hitting everywhere now. He's done. It's being reported all over the place, and I'm sure they're just putting the finishing touches on some sort of a statement, and we'll see where they go. Interim head coach, I would assume, just for the bowl game and to keep things on track for that. And then they'll start a search, I would assume. And it's just it's a bad time for Michigan for sure, because who's out there and who's going to be available and who do they pluck away? That's going to be the thing, because you're Michigan, and I would assume you're going to want to make a splash if you possibly can.
Brett McMurphy, now with On 3, adds to the statement from Michigan everything that we've already said. Quote, this conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy, and UM maintains zero tolerance for such behavior.
Wow. So there you go. In case you're just getting by the radio or the YouTube page, Sharon Moore has been fired as head coach of the Michigan Wolverines for inappropriate activity with a staff member.
Apparently nothing to do with Connor Stallions and stealing signs.
Apparently not. So he was okay, just having a little little tryst.
Tryst, huh?
With a staff member.
Oh, it's okay. Stop, Blitz.
Wow. Interesting stuff. I guess.
Keep your pen out of company ink.
Keep
putting that wood down.
I got no comment.
I mean,
no comment here. None.
That's a first.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, that's daddy.
Yeah. Huh. Well, it's hump day.
Literally. Talk about getting screwed over.
My goodness. Well, look, I mean, again, this was a bad thing for him, but I kind of feel bad for Sharon Moore. I mean, nobody really liked that hire when it happened. Well, and everybody questioned it, but I thought the guy did a pretty decent job with what he had to work with and trying to bring that football program back. And I thought he did a good job, and it's just unfortunate that, this happened. But again, Sharon Moore's not the first one that this has happened to because of a whatever you want to call it, and he's not going to be the last. I mean,
no, I mean, people are people. But it is interesting, although when he was hired, because he was such a big part of the staff for Jim Harbaugh, nationally it was frowned upon, but all the Michigan types loved the hire because they loved him. And in some ways, bad correlation, but I know we're going to get into Brian Schottenheimer a little bit later. It's almost like the Schottenheimer hire.
Sure.
Like, really? You're just promoting from within? Where's the national search? Is there anybody better? At least through this point of the season, Schottenheimer was the right guy. And up until 15 minutes ago, Moore was the right guy. I mean, with what he was doing with that program, with what he had left, cleaning up the mess that he was a part of making with Harbaugh and Connor Stallions and all that, and then you survive that and get fired for this? Your zero tolerance is this and not the other stuff that he was a part of? That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Not to make light of this, but the new head coach is named Biff. Biff Poggi, or Poggi. P-O-G-G-I, Biff.
Who doesn't want to work for Coach Biff?
Hey, Biff. Holy cow.
Not the bad guy in Back to the Future.
I think, is it Biff? I don't know. It was something like that.
If there's a Michigan dude out there.
Biff is your new head coach, Wolverine fans, according to a statement from the University of Michigan. Mm-hmm. So, Biff.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ime Udoka's off the hot seat now. Now it belongs to Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
You have a job like this and you throw it away for what?
Well, Udoka came out. He landed on his feet. We'll see if Sharon Moore does. I don't know.
Guillermo says that at least they weren't at a Coldplay concert.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's okay. Never fear, Michigan fan. Biff is taking over. Biff. Brian Schottenheimer took over. We plan to talk about that till we have the breaking news. And anything else we get from that, we will certainly pass it along to you. But interesting, and I know I've teased this, but and you will hear it. Brian Schottenheimer, about as open as I've heard him about one of his players, or critical, I guess you could say, about one of his players. He made that statement today during his press conference. We'll hear from the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys coming up as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I could add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today. And when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there. So go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO and get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks. And you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wonder Shop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wonder Shop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wonder Shop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The University of Michigan has fired their head coach, Sharon Moore, following an investigation that found credible evidence that he was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. They're in LA to take on the Lakers. It is an NBA Cup Quarterfinals matchup. Victor Wembanyama has been ruled out by the San Antonio Spurs. He will not be making his return tonight. Tip-off from L.A. set for 9 o'clock.
SportsCenter brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a great one out there. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and it's a great hump day. One of those good days, Minix.
One of those good days leading into a getaway day. Tomorrow we will be live in Baltimore as we get set for Army-Navy weekend. Tomorrow, I'm not even sure where we're going to be in Baltimore, someplace in the Inner Harbor. Friday is the big Army-Navy Radio Row presented by, maybe, bring your wetsuit. I have no idea.
I just broke my headphones.
Did you?
Yeah. As I turned around, this little calendar here that Rob Thompson has fell off the wall and scared the crap out of me. And so I turned real quick and I broke my headphones. I don't know if you got any headphones in there, Pledge, but I could use some. I'm fresh out there, buddy.
What'd you break?
The whole thing. Not that.
Oh.
I got that.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, I'm screwed. You know, these little
headphones. It broke off in the hole.
That's what she said. Oh, that's fine. I can.
Oh, that's going to mess up your hair.
I don't care.
Hope you're not going to dinner right after.
Maybe. great radio, isn't it?
It is great radio.
Yeah. As we fix the headphones, folks, and look behind the scenes. What are these? Did you get these out of a gum machine or what? Holy cow.
Hey, Pledge, in all seriousness, if you got time, in the office in that bottom drawer, there's a brand new set of headphones that have been there for years.
You know what? I've got some actually in my briefcase, so I can grab those. These are actually pretty damn good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you feel like you're like a music radio DJ.
Hey, next on the main stage
is that radio station DJ?
Radio station.
You're not down at the Palace.
Well, you know, I always wanted to do that. You know, when I first started in this business, I thought it'd be kind of cool to be a strip club DJ.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought that'd be kind of fun. I always liked the way they did their voice. Hey, next on the main stage. And they kind of, you know what I'm saying. You're a strip club connoisseur.
Am I? Been a while.
Yes, sir. Interesting stuff, though. And this is weird. Although these are pretty good. Dude, I'm telling you.
You're a radio pro.
I guess.
I suppose.
Yeah. Kind of cool. It's very clear in my ears right now.
They're doing their job.
They are.
Were the other ones not?
Well, they were doing a great job until I broke them, but it's all good. We can move on. The show must go on, Minix, as they say. If that damn thing wouldn't have fallen and scared the crap out of me.
The fact that it literally scared the crap out of you. I mean, seriously.
It was runny and soft right down my crack.
Honestly, in 19 years, I haven't been doused that bad ever in my life, so I will always remember the coffee running down my crack right now.
Sorry, I digress. If you're just joining us, thank you. We appreciate it.
That was Jeff Traylor back when he won his first bowl game.
They poured coffee on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guillermo's got a great name for you. DJ Joe's Toes.
Hey, I like that, Guillermo. Very nice. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Joe's Toes. Yummy. I hear a little too well in this thing. That's the problem.
Like you put on glasses for the first time.
Man,
wow.
No kidding.
I never saw that sign over there.
I can hear. How about that? Brian Schottenheimer today. On the podium, talking to reporters. Oh, my gosh. Do I even want to know?
No, my buddy Jeff Mayer just sent me a text. There's just no way I could talk about it.
I like comments like that.
Uh-huh. Now on the... No.
Unplug it, maybe.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
Did I mention
Brian? Did I mention a professional radio show?
Did I mention Brian Schottenheimer was on the podium today?
I'm glad you said podium and not Paul.
Well, I don't know what he does in his spare time either.
Shoving up their ass.
See, Jesus. Guy's crazy. Talking about a variety of things, obviously, but they've got a big game against Minnesota Sunday night, a game that the Cowboys need to win. In fact, they've got to win them all. The next four pretty much have any chance at all, and they still need some help from either Philadelphia or some of the wild card teams that are in front of them. It's going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys play, and George Pickens, does he rebound and have a big game against the Vikings?
I would imagine that Pickens does have a big game. And the one thing that I am comfortable in saying as we get ready for this game is I don't think Brian Schottenheimer will force things to George Pickens to make sure he stays happy. He didn't to CeeDee Lamb when Lamb was coming back after a bad game. They stayed within the offense. If the coverage is all slanted towards Pickens, then CeeDee or Ryan Flournoy they're going to have big games. If that coverage shades over towards CeeDee, then Pickens is going to have a great game. But we do know Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, always seems to give a lot of teams problems.
You know, they're very multiple. You can see, how he's taken
the bones of the operation that he learned from Bill, in New England, and how he's put his stamp on it. What I love about Brian and what he does is, like, if you look at them last year, they're a little bit different than they are this year. They're still very multiple. Look at their roster. He has a affinity in a good way for veteran players. Why? Well, they know football. They're smart. They can be multiple. They can make adjustments. They do as good a job as anybody of what I would say automaticing formations based on if you get in a certain look, they're going to get to something specific. If you get into a different look, as simple as the back's offset in the gun and near or far, they're going to get to different things. And so you can't do that with young players. You can't. It's harder to do that with young players. But outstanding defensive mind, and he's very convicted.
Well, very convicted, okay. But look, say what you will about Washington. They shut those guys out.
Yeah.
And I don't care what NFL team it is, it's difficult to pitch a shutout in the NFL. So Brian Flores was able to do that last week against the Washington Commandskins. Coming into Dallas, obviously that's going to be a much more difficult chore for one Brian Flores than it was against Washington.
And one of the things that the Cowboys have to do is not come out flat. Even Schottenheimer said today they have to get out to a fast start.
Yeah, I think, I would agree. I didn't think we had our best day overall. I think, were we tired? I don't know. I mean, we had to play a lot of games, but at the end of the day, I believe in this group of young men. I believe in the fact that we are an energetic group. You can't watch our sidelines and not know that there's not juice and energy and guys cheering for the other side of the ball and things like that. And I'm not going to let one game after a tight window of time affect the way I look at it. And in terms of worried about these guys and their ability to come out without a lot of energy this game, I think it's, in my opinion, 0%. And we do need to start faster. We've kind of looked at some things, and we need to score more points early on and get more stops early on. And we've got an idea of how we think we can do that, but now we have to go out and execute it.
Well, and look, he's right. If the Cowboys start out slow in this game, there's no excuse. They've had 10 days off by the time they get to this football game, so the tired excuse can't be there anymore. So you get off to a slow start here, then I don't know what you say.
Well,
you can't.
No, they can't. And, again, I think it does start with getting that run game back on track.
Yeah, again, I think, the one thing we went into the Detroit game about was wanting to win first down, Todd, and we certainly weren't able to do that. But the biggest thing is sustaining blocks. I think that's what we talked to the guys about today. Like, actually our targeting, our identification of the front and what we were trying to do was good. We didn't sustain blocks very well, and that's where we need to be better. We need to strain to finish, and we're going to be challenged this week with a defense led by Coach Flores that's very multiple, and they're going to do a lot of different things. But the biggest thing I would say would be just it's the last push in the strain and the finish of getting guys covered up a little bit longer to let the backs be able to press the hole and puncture the defense.
Puncture the defense. It's going to be an interesting football game because I don't know who Minnesota is, to be honest with you, Jason. One week they look fantastic. The next week they look terrible, and especially with their quarterback, their young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. Last week he looked great. This week, how's he going to look? I have no clue. I couldn't even try to predict how J.J. McCarthy's going to play this week.
Cowboys have to get after him and try to confuse him. Eberflus has to do a far better job, and I do think that sometimes starts with the linebacker play. Now, Kenneth Murray, is he the worst linebacker in the NFL?
Seems to be.
Listen to Brian Schottenheimer brag on what he sees versus what we see.
Yeah, so number one, when we added Logan, we were just trying to get, we're adding depth, right, getting better. K9, I love his physicality, man. I love the fact that he can run and hit, and we've talked a little bit at times about his eye progression and seeing things like that. Logan's been here a couple weeks, and I think both guys give us, a chance to play well and win. And again, to the naked eye, sometimes you look at things and you're like, oh, it's that guy's fault, or it's this guy's fault, or oh, that was Schotty's problem, or whatever. And that's what we sign up for. But at the same time, it's not always what it appears to be on film. And so what we need to do from a defensive standpoint is get back to playing the way that we were against Philadelphia late, Kansas City for the most part throughout the game, in Las Vegas. And that's not just about one guy. That's about all 11 guys doing right and communicating and things like that. And I do like the competition that we've created in that room, though.
Well, you know what's interesting to me, Jason, and granted, I'm not an NFL head coach, but I did see the film. I watched the film, and Schotty's saying, well, don't believe your lying eyes, basically, is what he's telling us. Murray was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the wrong spot. There was no effort on a lot of those plays that were shown on video, and a lot of people made those all over the place, and it just didn't look good. But if he's better option than Logan Wilson, maybe that'll tell you a lot about why Cincinnati benched that guy.
And it might just be familiarity until Logan Wilson is up to speed. But I also kind of expect that from Brian Schottenheimer. He is going to defend his guys.
Really?
Unless, of course, his last name is Diggs.
And first name Trayvon. He had some interesting things to say about his cornerback. We'll let you hear from Schotty on Trayvon Diggs when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, if you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, your heater, you know there is one company to call, and they're the best in town. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. So call them, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Find the most wonderful gifts at Macy's Friends and Family Sale with incredible deals on our best brands like Donna Karan, Avec La Fille, Calvin Klein, and more, all at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off beauty and fragrance from Lancôme, Clinique, and Yves Saint Laurent. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star Money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Going on now, only at Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Thursday on the Morning Huddle. That means we've got NFL tonight, Week 15 kicking off, Rob, but the Spurs also in action.
Did they clear the Emirates Cup hurdle? Are they headed toward Vegas? And football keeps coming. Get here early. We got a lot to talk about. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
All right, now if you're watching on YouTube, I need your opinion. Got a new set of headphones in here. I don't know. Does it look like one of those concussion helmets?
Romeo Dobbs, ladies and gentlemen.
Or Princess Leia, one of the two.
Jalen Petrie.
Not sure, but they work well. And look at this. I had to unbox these. Minix had these in his drawer, and I had to unbox them, and it was kind of like Christmas time. Look at this. So
Merry Christmas.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I think they work well. They sound good.
Fresh out of the box.
Fresh out of the box.
I forget who gave us headphones as gifts years ago. That might be like, they might have been in that drawer since like 2016.
Really?
Or 2018.
Wow. Well, they sound good, and I appreciate them. And in a pinch, I can get it done. This is good. Not sure that I'll use them forever, but today's good.
Today's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're in the drawer. If things go bad, you can go grab some new headphones, and there you go.
Perfect.
So what you don't want, and what those won't become, is they go back in the drawer and nobody knows where they are except for everybody now. But when somebody comes in and looking for them, because, you know, people tend to tear up your stuff when it's not theirs.
Right.
Right?
True.
And so you just kind of go that way.
I won't do that. I'm going to take very good care of these, Minix.
You know, box them back up?
I didn't say that, but I'll take very good care of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's just weird because we wear headsets like this when we're on location. And so it's not that much different, I guess, but it's like in the studio, I'm not used to it.
Yeah, well, because it's messing up your hair.
Well, I don't give a damn about that.
You say that, you are so full of crap.
Well,
nobody out there listening. In fact, if you're watching on YouTube, now, I know you pretty well, and you are looking at yourself in that camera like you were back in your TV days to see how this is affecting your hair.
Well, I am.
I mean, you can't take your eyes off yourself.
I'm trying to get it to where it's in the back, so if it doesn't mess with anything. And quite frankly, with the product in there, I don't want these headsets to get stuck. I won't be able to take them off. So. So it's all good. Thank you, Minix. I appreciate you saving the day there, brother.
Hey, man, I got you.
All right.
It's just getting you ready for the earmuffs you're going to be wearing tomorrow in Baltimore.
Yeah, no kidding. Not tomorrow, Saturday. Probably won't be wearing earmuffs until Saturday because we'll be out in the elements.
Okay.
The snow.
You don't think you're going to need to do something between the airport and the car service that picks us up?
Not earmuffs.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Gloves?
Well, I'll have gloves. I got a scarf. What do you call it? A muffler?
A muffler? A muffler?
I think that's what they're called, a muffler.
They're not called scarves?
Look it up. I'm telling you, they're called mufflers.
What the hell is a muffler?
What's this thing that goes on the bottom of your car?
Well, you're going to wear one of those?
No, it's
you're going to suck the exhaust?
I'm telling you, that's exactly what they're called. They've been called that for years.
Mufflers.
Mufflers.
Somebody Google that. Now, granted, my expertise in cold weather gear isn't very high because I don't want to live in a place where I've got to wear a muffler.
I don't want to do that either.
I'll go visit for a couple, 3 days, but I do have the gloves out. I've got the earmuffs ready, although my big coat is going to be in the big suitcase, so I'm either going to have to get that out at the airport before we go to the car or just the light jacket that I'm going to wear on the plane, because I just figure from the airport to the car and then the car to the hotel, I don't know that I need to break out the big old coat, but it is going to be 30 degrees.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, what are we going to have to hike a couple of miles to get to the car? No. It's right there. We walk out the gate, it's right there. And so, see that? It's called a muffler.
A muffler,
there it is.
Scarf is a long, thick scarf, often made of wool or cozy knits, worn around the neck for warmth in cold weather.
Yes.
So what's the difference between a muffler, scarf, and a scarf?
Nothing. Well, a scarf is something women wear. Isn't that what women wear, a scarf?
I thought they wore shawls.
Well, they do. Grandma. But a muffler, it's always been called that. I guess my dad used to call them that, although we didn't. I'm from Alice, Texas, man. It never got cold there.
I know. Well, but again, my limited knowledge of scarf vocabulary is scarf or scarf.
Well, now you know better.
Right.
It's a muffler.
But like the soccer types, they give you a scarf to wear to a soccer game. Why? I don't know. They don't give you mufflers. They give you scarves. So I don't know that it's the difference between what a female would wear versus a male.
I'm wearing a muffler. I don't know what the hell everybody else is wearing.
Well,
it's a muffler.
I see your muffler, and I'm going to raise you one heated vest. The heated vest battery is on the charger right now.
Dude, you can have your little heated vest, and that's fine. I'm going to have a muffler.
And I'm going to be more comfortable.
Well, you might be, but I don't give a damn. I'm not going to buy a heated thing to wear once a year.
Dude, that REI coat that I bought that was $400-something for the Super Bowl in Minnesota, I get to wear that about 3 days a year. And it's the best $400 I've ever spent. So I don't care. That coat from the Super Bowl to Minnesota, it's been to every Army-Navy game. Remember, it was too hot in Boston for that coat.
It was.
Right? But it's not going to be, like, we might see snow Saturday.
Well, that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be cold.
Well, it doesn't snow when it's hot outside, my friend.
I'm just saying, look, I'd rather it snow than the mist and the ice, the slush.
Wet
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be fun. A couple of South Texas boys up there in the snow.
Absolutely.
We'll do snow angels.
You can.
In my muffler.
I want to know what you use your muffler for.
Well, I mean, come on. It'll be a lonely hotel room.
Is it soft?
It is.
We got soft in the D gap.
I think I got it from the fine folks at USAA one year. That
they gave us scarves.
It was mufflers. They're mufflers.
The packaging called it a scarf.
Well, they're wrong. They're dead wrong. It's a muffler scarf. Yeah, you're welcome. You learned something today. You learned something today.
I'm thrilled.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, see, even Sam on our YouTube page, a muffler in clothing refers to a long, soft piece of fabric, essentially a type of scarf worn around the neck for warmth, style, or both, often in winter. A muffler.
Now, our good friend, Mr. DiDomenico, the father of one Max, who I guess isn't playing anymore. Is he finally aged out?
I don't know.
Is he off doing?
Well, he's probably a general by now, that guy.
It's possible. He says on YouTube, guys just got back from West Point this past weekend. Coming off the plane, you'll just need a heavy sweatshirt to get to the hotel. You will need a coat for game day.
Absolutely. So there you go. You're not going to need your muffs and your gloves and everything to get to the car, Minix. Man up, will you?
No. I'm just saying.
Quit being a
Although, I'm glad to hear from Mr. DiDomenico
Yeah,
on
it is.
my Facebook memories. Our annual photo with Max on the field after the game.
That was always a goal. You and I both, we'd be out there looking for Max.
Yep.
Where's Max and all the humanity that's out there?
And the San Antonio guys.
Right,
Jackson
right.
Gutierrez, former quarterback at Jay, is a stud right now for Navy.
Navy's about a 6.5-point favorite in this game.
They're going to win by way more than that.
It never works that way.
It never does.
The three that I've been to have been close.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them.
Navy's just really, really good this year.
They really are.
And their quarterback has been phenomenal. I saw he doing some interview. He's already got his assignments. He's going to end up being a pilot, jet fighter pilot.
Nice. That's kind of cool. Now, apparently Max is going to be at the game. He'll be a spectator.
Is it going this year?
So we'll get that annual photo with Max anyway.
Tell Max to hit us up on social media and come by Radio Row.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Talk to Max. That'd be awesome.
I would tell him to come by on Thursday because Annie Agar is going to be on the show Thursday up in Baltimore tomorrow. But I think if Max is there, she won't pay any attention to us.
Well, you're probably right. She's not going to pay any attention to us anyway.
Well, that's true, but you know what I'm saying.
We don't have anything to worry about it.
Yeah.
Now, Antonio Marino says we're having a show tomorrow from Baltimore. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Tomorrow and Friday, the Blitz will be live there on Radio Row for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. So looking forward to that. It's going to be fun there, as you mentioned. Annie Agar and who else knows? Who knows who else will stop by? We always get surprise guests.
Yeah, I know just RG3 for sure. Pernetti, the commissioner of the American, is going to join us. Working on Hugh Douglas, who does a show on WIP in Philadelphia. I'd love to talk with him because, well, hell, even this morning on Get Up, they were showing clips from WIP in Philadelphia. Those people just hammering their quarterback.
Of course they are, and he deserves it. He played horrible the other night. It was awful. He deserves it.
We keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. All right. Schottenheimer had some interesting things to say about Diggs.
We're going to do that,
We're going
right?
to talk about that coming up.
If it kills us, we're going to. Shotty, Diggs, next, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors. Why did they sell us their cars? Because we pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com. And why do we pay more? Because you and I both know that your car is worth more than others will offer you. And your time is worth more too. I'm John Clay Wolf, and I created GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell me your car faster and hassle-free because you're worth more.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz with a great way for you to make December basketball a lot more exciting, and that's playing along on Underdog. The best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. It's fun, it's easy. All you have to do is pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Think about De'Aaron Fox and his point totals. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Did you know that Apple started in a garage? Google started in a garage. So did Amazon and Hewlett-Packard. At the next rodeo, we have nothing against garages, but this is for those burgeoning businesses that started in backyards. Bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, home offices, and also garages. Small businesses with smaller beginnings that were looked down on. Talked down, too, but had the smarts to survive and the grit to grow. And now they're ready for the next chapter, the next level. Now they're ready for the next rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies who know where they're going, no matter where they came from. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Wednesday, or a.k.a. a hump day, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And Brian Schottenheimer did something today, Jason, that I don't think I've heard him do in his time as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Very, very interesting comments from one Brian Schottenheimer when talking about Trayvon Diggs. It started when he was giving an injury update with Tyler Guyton, CeeDee Lamb, and, of course, Diggs.
Well, first couple things. With Guyton, we'll see how he moves around today. He's making progress, but we'll see. He's got to get out there and do football. CD is progressing nicely through the process, the protocol. I think he's got one or two more things he's got to get done, but I feel good about that. And in terms of Trayvon, I mean, he's still in the ramp-up period. I think he does feel healthy. I know he wants to play, but at the end of the day, it's, we have to do what we think is in the best interest of not just him, but also the football team. And when you miss time, the ramp-up period is good not just for your body, but for your mind and figuring out some of the defense. And there's some new faces in the huddle and things like that. So, again, love him as a player, but ultimately he's got to show us he's ready to do everything the right way.
Interesting comments. He's got to show everyone he's ready to do things the right way. They're not happy with Trayvon Diggs.
No, what a very, very interesting choice of words. And again, this is a coach that seems to always, always, always defend his players. But I think he's being very honest, maybe very fed up. He has to show us that he's willing to do. What is the best interest of the team? You're telling me that a guy like Diggs, him on the field, isn't the best interest of the team because of what he's been doing so far in the ramp-up? So obviously that led up to a follow-up question. What do you mean by that, Coach?
Everything. Just consistency through everything. I mean, he's no different than Dak Prescott or, Jake Ferguson or Kenny Clark. Just, continue to do everything the right way. And, I thought last week was a good first step, and hopefully this week's even better step. And if it is, then you'll see him out there.
Interesting. And obviously that tells you that he's just not doing some of the things that the Cowboys want him to do, or he's kind of half-assing it. Maybe showing up late to meetings, practice, not doing what he's – it's the only thing you can figure the reason that he's not out there and not playing and helping this team win football games.
And again, it's been such a bizarre year. Is that the right way? That good term for Diggs, who was world-class, at one point one of the best players, maybe top 5 player on the team, counted on defensively. Got paid, has dealt with injuries. It's not like he got paid and all of a sudden went south. He's had a couple of gruesome, tough injuries to recover from. We gave him, as we should have given him, a ton of credit for being available for the opener when none of us thought he would be. I remember sitting on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California at training camp this year, and nobody that we talked to, from Stephen Jones on down, were sure that he was going to be ready in the month of September, let alone be ready for the opener. And he got a lot of credit for working his ass off to be ready to go for that opener. Some might say, did he push it too much, and did that cause some negatives? We still don't know how this dude suffered a concussion at his house. They somehow have kept that quiet. But now that he's back, and maybe at one level when you're a star player, if you're a little late to a meeting, all right, cool. He's lost that privilege or whatever it might be. But to hear a coach say he's got to do everything better and more consistently, and we've got to do what's in the best interest of the team. Now,
and obviously he's not in the best interest of the team having him out there, or Schotty's got to set an example. If he's doing these things behind the scenes and he's not being on time for meetings, if he's still butthurt because his bestie is playing in Green Bay right now, then that's a problem, and he needs to just go. And I think he will be gone. I think they're done with Trayvon Diggs.
And maybe that's what is in the best interest of the team. Don't let him play another snap this year because they want to be able to move on without an injury settlement. And maybe, they could designate him a post-June 1 cut and save a little money. Or maybe there's a team out there that they know is willing to trade for him if he is healthy. And they're making a business decision that is in the best interest of the team. Not necessarily what you're going to see on the football field, but the overall, his marching orders from the boss, don't play that guy. We can't get him hurt. Leave him in bubble wrap. But
I suppose, Jason, but why would Schotty then come out and throw him under the bus the way that he did today? He's basically saying Trayvon's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And that has nothing to do with we're going to keep him in bubble wrap so we can trade him or I get an injury settlement. Now, all of those things could be true, but Schotty clearly said this dude's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know how much more clear he can be. That's what Schottenheimer said about Trayvon Diggs. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Which is, and again, for Brian Schottenheimer to say that, I'm with you. I think this is more on performance, attitude, than it is the business side, but I do think the business side might play a factor into this. I think both can be true at the same time.
Sure.
You've got to act like you want to play for this football team to actually play for this football team. You can't act like you don't want to be here because we'll help you get out of here. And if that's the case, we've got to make sure that we can actually get rid of you. When you're getting ready to sell the car and you go get it detailed, you don't want somebody to spill a big red on your seats when you're trying to trade in your car to get the most value for it, right? You got to protect your stuff. Bad analogy, but
no, it's a pretty good analogy. Although I don't think anybody would be drinking a big red in my car.
Well, you wouldn't let them.
No.
But what if somebody
even if I wasn't selling it, I wouldn't let them.
Well, exactly. but if you were, you knew you were about to. You don't want to pay the fine for that lease. Oh no, you can't do that. One of our co-workers here just got a new car. And she's like, yeah, nobody can eat in the car. She was going on a Chick-fil-A run and made somebody else drive because she didn't want all that in her car.
I don't blame her.
At some point, you're not. If Trayvon Diggs is acting like he does not want to play and do everything he can, be a pro, and that's the interesting thing about a locker room. And you and I, because of our jobs, you out there listening because you consume sports the way that you do, have heard enough locker room stories. There are guys who could be very unhappy with their role, with their contract, but when they're in that meeting room or they're on that practice field, it's 110%. When you're not doing the right things, you're going to be gone. And your other teammates are the ones that are going to be the one holding you accountable. And I'm curious, who on that defensive side is the leader? When you think about, it was Micah Parsons. And before that, probably D-Law. And before that, Sean Lee. There were guys on that side that would hold everybody accountable. I don't know that Quinnen Williams has been there long enough to be that guy. Maybe it's Oso Odigizua. Kenny Clark just showed up this year. You look in the secondary, Diggs is the leader of that secondary, even though he's been absent. Who is the leader in that secondary meeting room? Right? And those are questions I don't know.
Well, it sounds like it's not Trayvon Diggs.
But at one point it was, and that's an indictment on Diggs, but also an indictment on the Cowboys. I'm curious on their leadership council that every team has, and we know the Cowboys have one. How do they handle it? But generally, there's no doubt on the offensive side, it's QB1. Who on the defensive side is that leader? And I'm not just saying who's the captain on the defensive side, because the leaders sometimes aren't even the starters. Sometimes it's just a player. It could be one of the special teamers. But honestly, is it a Donovan Wilson? Is it, I'm wondering, Osa's kind of the veteran guy.
He'd be as good, but I don't know that Osa is that guy that will get in somebody's face and do that. Look, this all started when Diggs worked out in Miami instead of coming to Dallas.
Yep.
That's when this started, the downhill trend. And Jerry made it very clear. when the whole Micah Parsons thing, and he signed Trayvon Diggs, and he says, look at that now. He felt like it was a mistake, and it was a mistake. Diggs had one good year, and then he's been injured the rest of the time. He's been spotty, I guess you could say, but, I mean, how much has he really helped this team since that first year that he was here? He got a big contract, and he's been a no-show.
Well, but he's been hurt, and I can't get mad at a guy for the injuries that he has suffered. And again, we all saw watching the games those injuries, and you knew as soon as it happened, man. And obviously, buyer's remorse on the part of Jerry Jones, because you sign a guy to a contract like that, and then he goes and gets hurt. You can't get mad at a guy for getting hurt in the middle of a game, because injuries happen. They're a part of the game. It sucks. Like Sean Lee ripping up his knee in practice during OTAs. I mean, that sucks.
Well, he was another guy that had injury problems.
And again, there are guys that just deal with that. Leighton Vander Esch, you think about his career. But you also think about those guys, whether it's a Sean Lee or a Leighton Vander Esch, guys that just were hurt and couldn't get it together, and you missed them. You missed their production, but you also missed their leadership. I don't know that the Cowboys are missing the leadership of Diggs, and at one point I think they did. But since the trade of Micah Parsons, it seems like the attitude and the narrative around Trayvon Diggs has completely changed. And he went from being a good teammate to what you're hearing from the head coach, maybe a not-so-good teammate who isn't giving 100% effort in the things that they need to do, like the meetings, like the practice. Again, his words, he has to show us that he's willing to do it the right way, which is an indication that right now he's doing it the wrong way.
That was a calculated statement by Schotty.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question about it. And so they wanted to get that out, and I think they wanted to actually, if throwing him under the bus is the right word, he's doing it to himself. If what Schotty's saying is true, Diggs is doing this to himself. I mean, how difficult is it for you to get up in the morning, you have a meeting at 9 o'clock, you're going to be there at 9 o'clock or 8:55. I mean, that's what Schotty is saying that Trayvon's not doing. He's showing up late to these things, and his attitude is such that it's just not good, and it's not a part of what you do. If you do that at work here, you're going to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just that simple. Or anybody, wherever else you work, you show up late constantly, you had a bad attitude constantly, you're going to get fired. People aren't going to put up with it, and it sounds like the Cowboys are at that point in time where they're just done with him. And whether he plays, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't play another snap for the Dallas Cowboys, and he'll end up on another team next year.
And as you say that, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw him in the game on Sunday night. It's Wednesday. If he goes out and has a couple of good practices, now still in his ramp-up period on his return, I don't know. It's weird because it's Dallas. There's always drama. There's always somebody, and this year it's number 7. I don't know. Now, he's coming back from a concussion.
Are we sure about that?
Well, I mean, that's what they told us.
I guess.
Now,
nobody knows.
CeeDee Lamb also coming back from a concussion. Still has a couple of things he's got to check off the list, but Schottenheimer says it looks like he's going to be good to go, feels good about it. In fact, CeeDee Lamb with helmet at practice today. So I do think there's a really good chance that we'll see CeeDee Lamb in the game on Sunday night. And I think the benefit there is the concussion happened on a Thursday night. So those extra couple of days allows him to get through the protocols, and one of them is going through a couple of practices with no issues. Today was practice 1. You remember with C.J. Stroud, because they went Sunday to Thursday, he had to miss that extra game because they didn't have enough practices to check all the protocol boxes. The Cowboys this week have enough practices to be able to check all the protocol boxes for one CeeDee Lamb.
I think CeeDee will be on the field. Trayvon, I don't think he will be. And I don't think he needs to be. I mean, honestly, if you're moving on from a guy, move on from the guy. Look, the Cowboys had to win out. The defense up until last Thursday was pretty damn good without Trayvon Diggs. They did okay. And, they had a bad game against Detroit. A lot of teams do because that offense is pretty good.
I agree with that, but at the same time, if you're Jerry, you're still paying him.
Sure.
And they know this guy better than any of us. If the lights are on and you're putting that on film, is he going to go out there and half-ass it? And if he does, you bench him. But then you're hurting your trade value for a guy or his ability in the free agent market. I would hope, if we've seen him enough, he's been on the show before. I mean, I would like to think that Trayvon Diggs is still probably a better option than some of the guys that they roll out there. And when CD is out there, Bland seems to play a hell of a lot better. Bland is better as that third corner. Your best football team in 2025 is having number 7 in your defense. So if he can play, then and you're paying him, you might as well get him out there. And if he is not giving maximum effort, if he is tanking, if you will, or whatever choice of word you want to use, not doing things the right way, then you could always bench him, which I think would be even more public embarrassment than what the coach said today.
If he's doing that and you give up a big play and it costs you a touchdown or two, then what happens? And you're behind. Look, if the guy doesn't want to be there, and it doesn't sound like he does, then grant his wish. The Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken, and I'd have to look at his contract, can get rid of him after this year.
Yeah, post June 1.
Yes.
Well, it will cost him, but not near as much as it would have, say, last year.
Right. So they can get rid of him, and I think they're ready to do that. And I think it sounds like Trayvon Diggs is ready to do that as well. And again, for Brian Schottenheimer, of all people, to come out and say what he said today, I think should tell you everything you need to know about Trayvon Diggs and what he's not doing, and whether that's it apparently doesn't want to do it. I'm not sure. I just have no sympathy for guys that don't do their jobs.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. So I'm not going to reward Trayvon Diggs by sticking him out on the field. If I got to eat that money, I'll eat it. But I'm not going to reward this guy by putting him out on the field if he's acting like a jerk the rest of the week. I'm just not going to. And if that what Shotty said today tells me all I need to know about Trayvon Diggs and his stay in Dallas, and I don't think it's going to be a long one at all. But we'll see what happens. It's the Dallas Cowboys, and, well, as we all know, anything can happen with the Dallas Cowboys. Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News is going to join us at 5:15. We'll talk a little bit about Wemby. If you haven't heard, Wemby will not play tonight in the semifinal matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers of the Emirates Cup. He won't play tonight. When's he coming back? Jeff may have an idea for us. We'll visit with him on about 5:15 or so when he joins us here on the Blitz. Coming up, though, we'll talk a little NFL football. Boy, it's coming down to the wire in a lot of different ways. A lot of games mean something this weekend. What a great weekend of NFL football we've got coming up this weekend. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me brag a little bit before we go. I want to talk to you about my Kinetico Quality Water Softener. Man, I just love this thing. I tell you what, and I didn't think that I would. I honestly was a skeptic. I honestly thought that it was going to be no better than anything else I've ever had, and I found out very quickly how dead wrong I was. This thing is the absolute best water softener I've ever had in any home that I've lived in. It is amazing, and you can tell the difference, and you can do it almost from day one. Everything is better. The shower's better. Your wash clothes are better. Your wash dishes are better. All of that stuff. And, you're protecting all those appliances from the very hard water that we have here in San Antonio. Look, all their products are made here in San Antonio. They've been serving this area or in America, I should say. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. And I love the fact that you don't plug this thing in. It does not run on electricity. So it's not going to add to your electric bill, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And for a limited time, they say it, but they still got this thing going on. Take advantage of it. I'm going to tell you, this reverse osmosis drinking station that Kinetico will give you for free, they'll install it in your kitchen sink. It's like having bottled water right there when you turn on the faucet. It's amazing how this product works. The water is fantastic. We use it for everything, just water, coffee, tea, whatever we're making with water. It's perfect, and it makes everything taste better. Plus, they'll give you 0% interest for 12 months. Free money for 12 months. You don't want to wait. Get this done before the holidays are here, before your family and friends come over to your house. Get it done. Get it working. 656-PURE is the number you need to call, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quartermoon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quartermoon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly, so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey, it's Rob at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits Black Friday. There's deals happening now. Choose 3 doggy daycare packages that you cannot beat, but only through December 5th, so you better call right now. Your pub's holidays start here, start now. Call them. 210-750-1298 today.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
football at the University of Michigan. Michigan fired Sharon Moore for cause today after a university investigation found credible evidence he was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Big night for the Spurs tonight. They're in L.A. to take on the Lakers. NBA Cup Quarterfinals matchup. No Wemby tonight. He's been ruled out. Tip-off from L.A., 9 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. I know you are if you get off at 5 o'clock because, well, you're off. Congratulations. Sliding right down that hump and right into Thursday, which means you're sliding right into the weekend. Thanks for listening to us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That young man over there is Jason Minix.
Hello.
I say that lightly.
What do you mean?
Young man.
Well, compared to you, I am.
Everybody is. Are you kidding me?
Come on, Grandpa.
And I'll take that. It's okay. It's all right.
Kind of like Phillip Rivers rolling into practice today.
You know, and granted, it's like throwing out in the street with your kids, but he looked pretty good. He was slinging the ball around pretty good, but obviously there's nobody chasing him. And he doesn't have to get the ball away quickly, and we'll see. It's going to be interesting, and I'll tell you what, if Rivers starts, Jason, there's going to be more interest in that Indianapolis-Seattle game, I think, than a lot of the others. They just want to see this dude play and what he can do.
Well, I mean, of course. Although he didn't show up today not expecting to play, right? And he had an incredible press conference. You know, he's got so many kids. He's got almost as many kids as Anthony Richardson has NFL touchdown passes. He's got 10. AR's got 11 TD passes. So if you add in the grandkids, they're even. But some of his younger kids, they've actually never seen him play football. And the whole idea, which I find interesting and weird, but you know, he knows the head coach extremely well. His high school team that he was coaching in Alabama runs that offense, and apparently he and Shane talked on the phone all the time, once a week, and even went over film. So he's familiar. Maybe he knows, is he going to the Hall of Fame or not? Because if he plays, if he's on the active roster, he's a finalist this year or a semifinalist, whatever, and that clock will start over.
5 years, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did sign that one-day contract in July to retire as a Charger. He thought he was done. But when you get the call, man, it's hard to say no.
Yeah, and he said it felt really good walking around the building, and obviously, he's talking about being there with the guys, with going over football plays, throwing the football around, and doing all those things with the NFL players again. And look, while I am worried about him, and Marcus Spears said the same thing this morning, he's a little concerned about him being a 44-year-old man who can't move. I'm a little bit worried about him. Having said that, I kind of hope he plays. I want to see it, and I want to see how he does.
Well, I mean, the Mike Tomlin reaction was funny, because his quarterback isn't that much younger than Phillip Rivers, but at least Aaron Rodgers has been consistently playing football and in football shape. There's a far difference. There's got to be from coaching football to playing NFL football. But even Brian Schottenheimer said today, I was a little worried about him, but it's not like he's ever been mobile.
Man, he must hate coaching. He must. I don't even know how they did. I'm sure they did well, but I'm just happy for him. I mean, he loves football, man. He does, and his ability to see a football field was unique and special. And I know one thing: he can get it out of his hand pretty quick. So he might not be able to move. He really never could move. You'll probably hear that, but he never really could move. But boy, he could get that ball out of his hand fast. So I'm sure he hasn't lost his quick release.
Yeah, dude, that guy was running like an old man 15 years ago. He's never been a mobile quarterback. And so if he does play, you got to figure they're going to come up with a game plan. Obviously, a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor, I would imagine, but quick hitters to running backs and tight ends, I would imagine. Just get it out of his hands as quick as possible.
It's all he can. I mean, the idea that you're going to come back and your first game back, you go against arguably the best defense in the NFL.
Certainly one of them, that's for sure.
One of them.
Yeah.
And then you get to go to San Francisco, and then you get Jacksonville, and then you get Houston.
Oh, my gosh. So, dude, they were already talking about if Rivers starts this game and goes 2-2, 3-1 over the last 4, comeback player of the year for this guy. And I think it would be hard to argue, would it? I mean, I know it's just a 4-game sample, but my goodness.
Yeah, sure, maybe. Can
you imagine if he leads the Colts so they win all 4 of them, he leads them to the playoffs and wins that division?
Dude, it's better than the Kurt Warner story. They'll make a movie about it.
Yes.
I don't know. I just think it's more of an indictment on the lack of development of young quarterbacks, that you've got to go find a guy that hasn't played in 5 years who's 44 years old because there's nobody else ready to go. When Joe Burrow got hurt, they turned to Joe Flacco because nobody develops young quarterbacks. And, it's interesting because we've talked forever, the Cowboys don't have a guy ready to go to replace Dak Prescott. Well, who does, right? Nobody develops quarterbacks anymore.
They don't.
And I was joking about it yesterday. Ben DiNucci was like, man, I guess they didn't see that film. Because there are guys out there.
Or they did.
Well, again, would you rather have Ben DiNucci or would you rather have Phillip Rivers, who hasn't played in 5 years? I mean, that's the crazy thing. But what was the game? What was the Minnesota game where they were playing Seattle and that guy was just running around and just threw the ball and was like, dude, you wouldn't see a play like that from 5th graders playing flag football, yet you're seeing it in the NFL. How come they cannot develop more than 30 quarterbacks? I mean, you think about planet Earth and the people out there, and there are guys in the NFL that we say suck, and you realize there are 64 of those jobs available, and then your practice squads. Less than 100 guys are quote-unquote NFL quarterbacks. And the Colts couldn't find somebody that was a little bit younger that might get carded at the liquor store.
Apparently not.
They had to call in a literal grandpa.
Who gets a discount at the liquor store. That's for sure. I'm telling you, I'm fascinated by it. I am concerned about the guy, but I'm fascinated by it, and I hope it happens. Now, their backup quarterback did practice today in full. I can't remember is Riley Leonard. Is that his name, I think?
Yeah, he's been hurt.
He's been hurt, sprained knee, but he did practice today in full. So I would imagine if he's ready to go, he'll get the start and not Phillip Rivers. But you never know what might happen in the course of a football game. And they do have Mark Rippon or Brett Rippon. Mark was his dad, or uncle, or
Jim
whatever
O'Brien.
the hell. So they've got him too. But I would love to see Phillip Rivers get in the football game and just to see what he would do.
We do have some breaking NFL news. Pledge is asking us to do this because it means we get to talk about his Houston Texans.
Who?
The NFL has announced that Week 17 Saturday doubleheader. So what is that, December 27th? Texans-Chargers, 3:30 in the afternoon on the NFL Network. Ravens-Packers will be the night game on Peacock. Both of those games will be right here on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
No, it's going to be interesting to see because that could very well mean something for both the Texans and the Chargers coming down to that final weekend. Certainly probably going to mean something for the Ravens. The Packers I don't know about. They may have the division wrapped up by then. It's hard to say. But that Texans-Chargers game could be a playoff game in itself, or at least a game that means higher seeds, getting into the playoffs, winning a division. Who knows? But that's interesting. Good lineup.
It's going to be fantastic. I just wonder that 7 days after Pledge's 72-ounce steak challenge, if he'll be recovered for that game.
Well, we'll find out. I think so. Pledge will probably have 3 other steaks by that time.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama ruled out for tonight's game in Los Angeles. How much longer is this dude going to be out, and should we be concerned? Well, we're going to go to a guy that covers the Spurs every single day. Jeff McDonald from the San Antonio Express-News joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, all the talk about Phillip Rivers and coming back to the NFL, he has energy. If you're over 40 and you've noticed that you're tired, you're not motivated, you need to think about TRT. Maybe you've heard about TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Well, it can help restore your energy. Testosterone can and does help. And guys that I know that go to Synergenics or Low T Center for TRT all say they wish they would have started sooner. Go get tested. The test is free. Go early before 10 a.m., no appointment necessary, or you can book ahead at fixmylowt.com. They've got clinics all over San Antonio, so there's one close to you. After you go get the test, which does start at the clinic. You got to go to the clinic, get a test. It's simple, it's quick, it's free, and they have an on-site lab, so you're going to get your results in about 20 minutes. You don't have to wait around for days like other places. And if you need it, you can start services that day. Get your treatment going, and then you get to choose. You can get at-home treatment or go to the clinic for your treatment. They have a great new mobile app, and it's not just for men. At Synergenics and Low T Center, they have a long history of helping ladies find their hormonal balance. So reignite your energy. Get back to feeling like yourself. Get into Synergenics or Low T Center for a free TRT test because the best version of you is waiting. Book that appointment now. FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
License number 38961. Discover the newest place to play at Topgolf New Braunfels, now open at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun. Topgolf New Braunfels features new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Take a swing with Topgolf's exclusive golf club, The Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard for beginners or those whose game just isn't that great. Come play around at Topgolf New Braunfels.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month.
That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
There's one name in roofing that stands high above the rest: Stevens Roofing. A quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. It's protection for all the things you love. And during this holiday season, Stevens Roofing would like to thank all the first responders and military service members for the protection and peace of mind they provide. So for all your roofing needs, commercial or residential, remember Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net. Happy holidays from Stevens Roofing.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this: the same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Big game tonight in Los Angeles. The Spurs taking on the Lakers. It's a semifinal matchup for the Emirates Cup tournament. Ought to be good, but no Victor Wembanyama. He has been ruled out for this game tonight. We'll see what happens. Spurs have been playing well. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And a man that has learned more about Cavs than he ever thought he needed to know is joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Dr. Jeff McDonald, how's your how's your Wednesday, man?
I'm doing good. Was appreciating the Stone Temple Pilots there. I was kind of sad when you guys started talking because I just want to keep listening to the song.
Yeah, most people are, but here we are. Yeah. Here we are.
It's our job. We have to start talking at some point.
Otherwise, we'd be on 103.3 The App.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, is back. Great station. After 6 p.m. All right, the calf injury, the Twitter conspiracy people. What's your best guess on when we might see Wemby back on the floor?
I mean, the fact that he's now doing 5-on-5 as of today is a pretty solid indicator that he's nearing a comeback. And this is me guessing. This is not me reporting. It's just me just kind of thinking it through, using some logic. But I think after they get, let's say they lose tonight in the Emirates Cup, they're out. They're off till Monday. Then will have a home game at Monday. Back here in San Antonio, and I think from that point on, any game is probably fair game for him to make a return. Would be my guess. I would be surprised to shocked if he's not on the floor at some point in this home coming up. Now, if they win and go to Vegas, that turnaround's a little quicker, so I don't know about that. But once they get back from the Emirates Cup, whenever that is, I think we'll start looking at him being legitimately day-to-day.
Jeff, was this typical Spurs being cautious, extra cautious, or is this about the right kind of time frame for an injury like this?
Yeah, it's a little of both, but I don't know how much. I'm sure you guys have, but maybe your listeners have paid attention to what's going on in the NBA these days, and a calf strain is an automatic 3 to 4 weeks now. Everybody's just freaked out about it, spooked by it. If you just say my calf hurts, they're going to shut you down, especially if you're a Victor Wembanyama or someone like that, So it's about normal, and the way it's been explained to me by doctors, not necessarily the Spurs doctors, but just people that could talk to me about calf injuries, is a player will feel 100% before he actually is 100%. Like, he won't have pain. He'll be able to run. He'll jump. He'll be able to get through practice. But the calf has not rebuilt itself enough to do what it needs to do in an NBA basketball game for 30 minutes. All the running, all the cutting, like the pace they play out today, nobody stands still. The ground they have to cover, to both on offense and defense, it's a lot. And so what will happen is the player will say, "I feel great," and the doctors want to give it more time so that the calf kind of re-strengthens itself. Because if it doesn't, what happens is you go out there and you do all that running and cutting and jumping, and your calf is ready to handle that. And the calf is the shock absorber system for the Achilles. And so if your calf is not ready to do that, then that force gets kind of transferred onto the Achilles, and you can have problems with that. I've been told that the real risk for Victor right now, not really an Achilles, he's just too young for that. But the real risk would be another strain, which would be infinitely worse, and probably 2 months or more. And so that's why they're being very, very cautious about all this. And when you talk about tonight's game, I mean, I think he's very close, even for today. But when you talk about tonight's game, I think they're looking at it as, man, if we win, there's 3 days off, and if we lose, there's 4 days off. And you just want to give it that extra time to be sure. Like, you don't want to be the doctor that signs off on, yeah, Victor good to go, and then something, God forbid, horrible happens tonight, and then everyone's looking at you like, but you had 4 more days to let him rest. What are you doing? So I just think it's an abundance of caution, but it's league wide, man. Like Drew Holiday and John Morant both suffered calf strains about the same time as Victor, like within a day, and they are still out too. Like, it's not just the Spurs being ninnies about it; it's the whole league being ninnies about it, kind of. But for good reason. But for good reason, and a lot of it has to do with the way the game is played. As I mentioned earlier, like these guys are being asked to do a lot more than they ever were asked to do, especially a 7-footer.
Yeah.
7-footers never had to run around. Like, watch an NBA possession. Nobody's standing still ever. There's never those possessions where, like, back in the day, you know, you'd go down and throw the ball to Hakeem, and then 4 Rockets would just stand around and let him go to work. You know, there's no rest. So you're just moving constantly, cutting and running and covering ground. And so I think, I'm not sure that the research and the medical science has really caught up with what can they do, what is bad, what is good, how much can we push it, how soon can they come back. And so I think when they don't know, they just err on the side of, let's be super freaking cautious. Like, if we don't know, let's give it way more time than we even think it needs. And that's not the Spurs doctors, that's every NBA team's medical staff when it comes to calf injuries at this point in time.
Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I mentioned a couple of days ago, at one point, does Wemby or somebody on Wemby's team push for a return? Because we do know postseason awards are important to Victor. And then there's the financial aspects of it. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter today suggesting maybe the Spurs are holding him out so he doesn't qualify so they could save a couple of dollars. When does the business side of basketball come into play for either the Spurs side or Vic's camp?
I mean, I think you're correct in that, you know, Victor's going to have a seat at the table. He's going to have a voice in this. A lot of it is going to be just how he feels. I mean, if he tells him he feels good, that's a pretty big data point. So he's gonna, you know, have his chance to lobby and it'll be a factor for sure. I think the money is really, I mean, you know, we can't subscribe to those conspiracy theories. That's kind of crazy. But like the Spurs are fine to pay Victor whatever he earns. But you're right in that you know, it is going to kind of creep into the awards discussion. And like, if this dude goes a third year and can't win Defensive Player of the Year, that just seems like a bust. I mean, not on his part, but just like, that shouldn't happen.
The system.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a system. And I'm kind of been on record where, man, I got that 65 game rule when they instituted it. Like, everybody's heart was in the right place. because so many people were load managing and just resting healthy players. But if we're in this era now where every calf strain's a month-long injury, I think we may need to rethink that rule and just let the voters decide how many games is enough or not enough. Look at the guy's body of work, and yeah, it's a factor. If one guy played 80 games and another guy played 62, you can ding the 62-game guy if you want, but I don't think he should be eliminated altogether. Like Victor last year, even though he only played 46 games, led the entire league in blocks. Not blocks per game, total blocks, and not by a little, by a lot. He still should have. I still should have been allowed to vote for him for Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe some other voters don't think he deserves it because he only played 46 games. That's fine, but he should be on the ballot. He led the league in total blocks. So I would just like to see the league maybe revisit that rule. It was well intentioned, but again, we're in this era now where every calf strain is a month-long injury, and everyone's got one. Every team's got a guy with that. Then who's going to be left to vote for?
Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff. I got to ask you this, and I think part of it, at least in my thinking, and you tell me if I'm around the base or not, but I think the way the Spurs have been playing without Wemby gives the Spurs it's a luxury, right? They're playing with house money in a lot of ways. You can afford maybe to keep him out another game or two because, well, this team has been playing great. What are they, 8-3 since he went down? And I don't think I expected that. I'm not sure too many people did, but they've been playing some great basketball.
Oh no, when he went out, and then Steph Castle went out the very next game, and for multiple game injuries, you did think, oh no, like this could be a problem. And the West, it's still early, it's a long season, but the West is going to be tough. The West is going to be tight, and if you get to the end of the regular season and you miss it by a game or two, this is probably the stretch that killed you. But no. They've survived the non-Victor, non-Steph period like with flying colors, and you can quibble. Oh, they should have won they had that game in Minnesota under control and they just gave it up in the fourth quarter. You can quibble with the game here and there, but if you told anybody you're going to miss Victor for the next 11 games, Steph Castle's going to be gone for 10 of those, and you're going to go 8-3. I think you take that with flying colors. Like I don't think anybody expected that, and they've had a lot of guys play well, and now they're getting some guys back, and there's maybe a little bit of some not issues, but just sort of it takes a while to reintegrate guys that have been out. You've been playing one way, and here comes Steph Castle. You got to play a different way, and so it looks a little ragged at times. There's going to be a little bit of that, but yeah, I think you survive this stretch, and now you start to get guys back. You start to feel pretty good about where you are.
I do. I know. I think it was Harper the other day said, man, when we get everybody healthy, we're going to be scary. And he didn't even mention Wemby, and they'll be even scarier. And I don't think many Spurs fans can complain with the product we're seeing on the floor and the job Mitch Johnson is doing, except for what the hell is going on at halftime. Jeff, what is wrong what are they doing at halftime to suck in every third quarter they play?
So my suggestion for the Spurs would be to eliminate the halftime Jello shot. Like I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but yeah, you're right. They are in terms of net rating, they are a top 5 team in the first quarter. They are a top 5 team in the fourth quarter, which is good. You want to start strong, you want to finish strong, but they are near the bottom of the league in the third, and it's. I mean, an issue. I guess you can't be good in every quarter, right? Like if they were top 5 in the league in every quarter, they'd be the Thunder, which they're not. But why is it always the third quarter? I have no idea. It's bizarre, and it's almost like it's a mental block at this point. But the 2 games in Cleveland and New Orleans, the last 2 of them, those third quarters have been brutal. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I feel like they were outscored like 97-40 something between those 2 third quarters, and it's the same group that started the first quarter where the Spurs so good. Like it does not make any sense to me. I guarantee you, Mitch is talking to him at halftime. He's not just screwing off. I guarantee you, like they're making adjustments they need to make. Like I guarantee you, it's not negligence. It's just weird, and it'd be a good thing to figure out because you can't. It's making some of these games a little more dramatic than they need to be.
Jeff, I've got to ask you this question because, and this is no slight to anybody else on the team, But to me, with Wemby out, even when Castle went out, De'Aaron Fox has kind of been the stabilizing factor in this thing. And I tell you what, in earning his money, as far as I'm concerned, do you see it that way? Everybody else is playing well, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But something about De'Aaron Fox and just the way he's been leading this team.
Oh, he was the guy that carried them offensively through the whole stretch. I mean, just strings of 25-point games, a couple 30-point games in there. Found a three-point stroke there for a while that we didn't really know he had. He was hitting close to 40% in those games without Vic. So, yeah, and also just the veteranness of him as well, just being a guy that's been around the block, knows how to win basketball games. We all know about his quote-unquote clutch gene, one of the former NBA Clutch Player of the Year. So although he just had the ball in his hands a lot more, especially with Steph out. So with Wemby out, he gets more, he needs his scoring. But with Steph out, De'Aaron's also got the ball in his hands a lot more. We did see New Orleans when Steph came back. De'Aaron didn't have the ball in his hands as much. It was a lot of Steph Castle initiating the offense for better or worse. And we all love Steph Castle too. But it's going to be kind of something to figure out going forward now that they have those three guards that all kind of do well with the ball in their hands. Who needs it the most, who needs it in certain spots. I think it got a little Steph Castle heavy the other night in New Orleans, especially because it was his first game back after 9 off. Like, it seemed like that should have run a little bit through Fox a little more in New Orleans. So that's going to be a thing to iron out a little bit going forward now that you have that backcourt healthy. Who needs the ball win, who should be the head of the snake win. And then after all that happens, then Wemby comes back and you have to refigure it out all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Rich people problems.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. It's fun that we're not talking about a team that has 3 or 4 wins trying to figure it out. This year is fun. I know you're having fun. You're back on Twitter having fun. I'm just curious, though, with tonight's big Cup game in Los Angeles, do you give a damn, Jeff, that it's a Cup game? Do the players give a damn that it's a Cup game?
The players do, because it's $500,000 a piece. And even, and you think those guys have a lot of money already, but that's a big figure. Anyone you ask on that team, they're like, yeah, heck yeah, we're interested in winning $500,000. And who's really interested are the two-way guys get like a quarter mil. If you're Riley Minix or Harrison Ingram, if the Spurs win the Cup, you get $250K for sitting in Austin. Yeah. Like, it's a great gig. But yeah, so they care from that standpoint. And I think when the players get on the floor in these situations, you don't get to the NBA without being a competitive son of a gun. And once you tell them you're playing for something, that competitive gene usually kicks in. So they care. I don't really care. It doesn't. Yeah, I would. For Spurs fans, if you want to care, if you want to say it would be cool to win the NBA Cup, because we haven't been in the playoffs forever. We haven't had anything to hang our hat on. I'm fine with that. I don't think we should go. If they do win it all in Vegas, I don't think we should go horn honking and river parading or everything. We can just be happy in your home.
Yeah, no hanging banners.
No hanging a banner. No hanging a banner. But I'm cool if everybody wants to think if anybody wants to think it's cool, I'm fine. I don't really care. If you want to be ambivalent about it, that makes sense to me too. Just everybody do your own thing with the Cup.
Just glad they got rid of the floors. I didn't like the floors, Jeff, and I'm pretty happy about that. I guess there was a safety issue and no more floors.
Well, the one in L.A. they had to change out because it was slick or slippery or something. So now they're just using their regular floor in L.A. So that's good too.
Yes.
You don't want to suffer any more injuries.
No.
I agree with that.
No, I'm just, I won't tune in and realize it's a Cup game because the floor. Because I don't. I mean,
you don't think they'll say NBA Emirates Cup about 90,000 times during the broadcast?
Sure they will. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. I'm with you. I don't care.
I don't
care. I get to the end of these games and I'm like, I think I want to go on vacation to the Arab Emirates this summer.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just been like it's good advertising.
Absolutely.
Do those Bonvoy points work over there?
I don't know. We'll find out maybe.
Jeff, enjoy the game tonight. Now maybe you get to go to Vegas this weekend.
All right, sounds good to me, I guess.
Yeah. Jeff McDonald from the San Antonio Express News. Read him in the Express News. Follow him on Twitter at jmcdonald_SAEN. Jeff and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Oh, Jeff, man, he's one of a kind. I don't know how he deals with some of the stuff that he deals with, because you look the responses and the things he gets on Twitter.
He has fun with
it. He does a good job with it, no doubt about it. We'll continue here on the Blitz on this Wednesday on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I don't know if you went outside today and you were like me, but it was like, man, I wish I was out at the Golf Club of Texas. It would have been a perfect day to head out to the Golf Club of Texas and play some golf. How fortunate are we that the majority of the winter we can still pull out the clubs and go play golf at the Golf Club of Texas, and they're ready for you. They are ready for you, and it doesn't matter what day that is, whether it's a Wednesday, a Thursday, Friday, a Monday, Tuesday. Doesn't make any difference. You can go out there because they're open 7 days a week, and you're going to walk out there and you're going to say, man, this place is schwanky. I'm going to tell you what, it looks like a country club. Not a country club, though. It's open to the public 7 days a week. They've got some of the best staff out there. They're so friendly. And then they've got the 10 Cup Bar and Grill, which is just an amazing place. It really is. The food is great. They've got any kind of drink that you want. They'll mix it up for you. All kinds of beer selections out there at the Golf Club of Texas. And what I love, even if you don't want to play golf this weekend, head on out there and watch some football. That's a perfect place to go hang out with some friends, family, whatever you want, and have some food and drinks and watch some football. It's a perfect place to do that. You can go inside to the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. They've got an outside bar that with TVs all over the place there. You can do it there as well. It is just a great place to go have some fun. Whether it's with your friends or your family, doesn't make any difference. They accommodate everybody, and everybody's going to have a great time. Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're going out there for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament? You got to go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Visit Boot Barn today to save on top quality Christmas gifts. We're offering holiday specials right now where you can get $50 off all men's exotic boots, $40 off select women's boots, and 25% off flannels, sweatshirts, and select outerwear for men and women. We're also offering savings on select jeans, workwear, and kids' clothing. Visit us this week and save on top quality Christmas gifts. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Hey, it's the holiday season and nothing beats warm coffee, cool mornings, and that festive locker room excitement. It's in the air. Hey, it's Rob, and I'm reminding you that Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit has their Black Friday deal, and it's going on now. Choose 3 doggy daycare packages available through December the 5th or until spots run out, and they're running out fast. With over 17,000 square feet of pet partying paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, there's no better place. It's a winter wonderland of fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298 today. Call them now. They're filling up fast for the holidays.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday as we roll into the evening, Wednesday evening. It's a getaway day for us, Minix. We are going to go to bed early tonight, my friend. We got an early flight in the morning to Baltimore, Maryland.
Do you really think you're going to go to bed early tonight?
No, I don't. So it's about a 4-hour flight, I'm told, though. So could be some Z's on the plane.
I hope, but I rarely can sleep on a plane. We take off at 5:45 a.m.
Yes, we do.
The alarm is set for 3. But even if you tried to go to bed early,
no,
you won't go to sleep.
You're just going to lay there.
You exactly. And it's going to be what it is. It's going to be like a 15-hour energy day. Might need 3 of those.
It might need 3 of those, that's for sure. I'll have plenty of them. I know you will as well. And it's just it's a good time. Army-Navy game presented by our friends at USAA. And, boy, we're always very well taken care of, that's for sure.
And, again, on tomorrow's show, Andy Agar is going to be on around 4 o'clock. We'll have Stephen Jones. And who knows, because, like, Radio Row is Friday. We're doing our show there tomorrow as well. And some of the other people that are showing up, you never know who is going to end up on the show. That's what's so cool about these events. And, there's other, radio stations from across the country that are there that have, former NFL players and whatnot. And I think Hugh Douglas, I know was texting and, Thursday, Friday, one of the days, because I want to talk about the Eagles and their collapse. I gotta be honest, right? You going, right? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know that we're going to interview Joe Theismann 3 times, Pledge. I don't know that Joe's there. Pledge just put that on the screen. Last year, Joe Theismann, love him.
Didn't want to leave us.
He did. In D.C., they had him, and all right, hey, we got to get him to his next interview. And then he came back. He wanted to. Then he came back again, and then we saw him Saturday at the game, and then we had to get a restraining order.
Well, we did. He was getting a little obnoxious, and I was a little bit mad at him. And I know he played at Notre Dame. I get it, but boy, he was just taking up for those clowns. Like
Ryan Nagel and Joe
business.
Theismann arguing about Notre Dame was gold, and none of it. If I had hit record on my phone, we could not play any of it.
Not afraid of Joe Theismann.
Well, I mean, you can go nose to nose with him. He's used to playing with that one-bar mask. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. And I can imagine one of the big stories is going to be what's going on at the University of Michigan. If you're just getting off working in your car, Sharon Moore, their head football coach, got fired today. Yes, Texas plays Michigan in the bowl game, but he got fired for cause. Apparently, he was having an inappropriate relationship with a coworker. There's all kinds of things that I've read, but I haven't seen them from like a Pete Thamel or somebody like that, so I'm not going there yet. But it might have been more than one. And there's some other, but they fired him. With cause, which means they don't have to pay him to go away. So whatever his buyout was does not matter. Michigan says we have a zero-tolerance policy.
Well, look, I mean, I think that's pretty much any company, isn't it? If you're having an affair with a coworker, that's usually frowned upon everywhere. So it's really good news, though, for Biff, because he's taken over as the interim head coach.
Who?
Biff.
What?
Biff.
Biff?
Poggi or Poggi? I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. It's Poggi, but his first name is Biff.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Biff.
Have you ever been to Biff Busby's Burgers over there off of Topperwine?
No.
It's a good burger.
Is his name Biff?
I would imagine I mean, why else would you call it Biff Busby's Burger?
Biff. Well, Biff. I'm just look for.
I mean,
no offense, Biff.
You think he should be like at Ole Miss?
Well, or on a yacht somewhere with his pinky up drinking tea. Oh, Biff.
Why do I think somebody named Biff is in a pontoon boat and not a yacht?
The butler's here, Biff.
I don't know that a guy named Biff has a butler.
I don't know, Biff.
Thurston, maybe.
I mean, why? Where does that nickname come from? I mean, what name does Biff?
Well, Google and find out what his real name is.
I don't really give a
Somebody out there will Google and tell us what his real name is, and his nickname became Biff. I mean, I had a friend growing up. His name was David. His nickname was Bud. Everybody called him Bud. Bud.
Well, hey.
All right.
Biff.
Now here's going to be the fun part.
If Texas loses to Biff, I'm going to be pissed.
Biff is the nickname often for Buford, as in Back to the Future.
Buford?
Buford.
His name is Buford Poggi?
Buford Biff Poggi.
Buford?
How did you get Biff out of Buford? Would it be Bo?
Who names their kid Buford?
Wouldn't it be Bo?
Buford T. Justice.
Well,
or Bew? Hey, Bew.
You're lost in the wrong stuff here.
I guess.
There's a huge job open in college football. So immediately there are odds out on who's going to be the next head coach at Michigan.
What are Biff's odds?
Biff?
I don't see his name anywhere. Bet Online has Kalen DeBoer with the best odds at 4-1. Now,
the Alabama head coach.
Yeah, he's the head coach at Alabama. Now, think about this. They lost to Florida State this year, still in the playoffs, and they wanted to run him out of town.
Yeah.
Now, Kalen DeBoer has no ties to the University of Michigan, but he did play at Western Michigan at one point. His coaching career, he spent some time as the OC and quarterback coach at Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
And he's from South Dakota. But outside of that, I don't know why he's tops on the list. But imagine, in the perfect world, Kalen DeBoer leaves Alabama for Michigan, and then Lane Kiffin leaves LSU for Alabama because we all think that's the job that he wants anyway.
Dude, I tell you, we laugh and think, but Lane Kiffin, I would not put it past that dude. I guarantee you, if that happens, can you imagine? Not only have one of the best Big Ten jobs in the country open, but then you'd have one of the best SEC jobs in the country open. That would be incredible. Now, I do want to ask you something. If you got that pull, is Mike Elko's name on that list?
Mike Elko's name is not.
Okay.
All right. In order, Kalen DeBoer at 4-1, Jesse Minter at 5-1, Joe Brady 6-1, Jed Fish 7-1, Jeff Brom 8-1, Kenny Dillingham at 9-1. Hope he stays at Arizona State. Lincoln Riley 9-1.
Lincoln Riley.
Brian Dayball 10-1. Dan Mullen 10-1. Marcus Freeman at 12-1. PJ Fleck 14-1. Dan Lanning at 14-1. He's not leaving.
He's not going anywhere.
Josh Heupel at 14-1. Manny Diaz at 14-1. Then they got Biff is there 25-1. Sorry,
Biff.
Yeah, Biff Poggi.
We bet on Biff.
He's got the same odds as John Gruden and Brian Kelly at 25-1.
I could see a Brian Dayball seriously interested maybe in that job. Honestly, I could see that happening. Man, I tell you, it blows me away with DeBoer, though, that his name would come up. I mean, I don't know what's the better job, Alabama or Michigan. When it my initial gut would tell me Alabama, but I mean, Michigan's not a horrible place to be, I wouldn't think.
The
Biff.
The time and again, who knows how long they were doing an investigation? Who knows when they found out stuff? It kind of feels like maybe they heard some rumors, or maybe when there was another. I don't know. It just, the hiring cycle feels done, and for them to fire a coach with cause today, 0 tolerance. The timing of it surprising. Now, granted, they got through signing day. The big part, you've got time to go find somebody before the portal. But wow, well, what an event today to fire the coach at Michigan.
That's what I'd worry about, is how many of those Michigan players are going to hit the portal with no head coach. I think they've got to do something and do it quickly. It's going to be interesting to see, but I'm pulling for Biff.
Now,
Biff.
I did not see Deion Sanders' name on the list, but a friend of mine just texted and said Michigan already reached out.
No way.
I mean, I don't know.
Wow, that'd be interesting. Oh, wow. We've got pictures now of a couple of girls that
that's why I say I don't know how real that is, but
well, dude, I mean,
hey, congratulations,
yeah,
man.
Hope it was a good night, buddy.
Well, it probably was a good night, but was it worth your job?
No. You know, honestly, that kind of thing could be a disgruntled lover that blew the whistle.
Yeah, well, there's going to be more coming out, and if some of the things that I see on the internet end up being true, then Michigan obviously had no choice.
No, they didn't, and you can't have that happen, and that's true. But it's going to be an interesting story to follow for sure, and probably a big topic for us at the Army-Navy game this weekend.
Probably.
I would think so.
Probably.
All right, dude, we got to go home, go to bed.
No, I'm going to dinner.
I know, so am I. It'll be all right. Hey, be sure and wake up with the fellas in the morning. 6 a.m., the morning huddle gets started. AJ and Rob will get your day started. We will be back live from Baltimore, Maryland tomorrow, 2 o'clock, right here on the Blitz. Pledge, you got a show tonight? But coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, Extra Innings with Pledger. Until then, everybody, have a great night.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTF.